I don't know why that happened.
I didn't know that joining in would make you fucking shut down.
Yeah, that's weird as hell.
And harvesting corn now.
Is the sign pack only available through the
version 3 is
or
available.
is it supported in places?
Hang on, I'm sharing this link real quick because it.
Yep.
I'm sharing this link real quick. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened there. So Aaron, you're gonna have to get on that other link. That was goofy. Yeah, I don't know, Brett. You came in TeamSpeak and it was just like, everybody's off. So we're not gonna be able to. Yeah, that's not gonna work. We have to use the Farm King for this one. The Backhoe's not as tall.
For the big tall one?
Yeah. I don't even remember what question I was answering when everything went crazy on us. Oh, seasons mod.
Yeah, somebody was wondering if the season's ready, and somebody was wondering if it was something doing acreage or something with each field.
Yeah, the field stuff will be on version 3. But it is seasons mod ready. Everything's good to go. It's not installed directly in the map, but we did that on purpose so that if you don't want it, you don't have to have it.
So like if you want to do like we're doing tonight where you just jump in and harvest, you can.
Yeah.
Or if you want to play it realistically with seasons, you can.
These Backhoes don't have a very good turning radius. You ever notice that?
No, they do not. Their turning radius is, I think, precisely the, what's the diameter of the equator?
Yeah. I'm just trying to get it out of the way so I can move this Farm King.
Or sorry, circumference to use the proper math term.
And we did it finally. Okay. So a lot of people are sending me messages on Facebook. They don't know how to use these augers. So I wanted to kind of show everybody. I know we've already done some videos on it, but we're going to do just like a step-by-step walkthrough of how to use the augers.
I don't know if we will ever get a seed and fertilizer bins.
Yeah, there actually are seed and fertilizer bins on the map itself right now. But the goal with this map was to make it as realistic as possible. So, you know, currently if you want to get seed and fertilizer, you're gonna have to go purchase it from a store. But there will be, in the placeable bin pack, we will be adding some fertilizer and seed bins that you can place. That'll be American styled and look real. They won't be European. So I'm going to move the Farm King over, and again, I think that's what I was saying when we got cut off. All this stuff is in the mod pack, so you guys should have this if you download the mod pack. They are not our mods. We're not trying to claim they're our mods. These are all publicly released. We just wanted to make sure that you had the right ones and didn't have to go looking for them. So that's why we included them in. Pete's over there getting some harvest done. Brett, are you ever going to join us?
Is it the same password?
The one I sent you.
Crap, I'm not too lucky.
But yeah, sorry guys, I cannot see your messages at all if you try to send me one.
You can't see the messages now?
No, I can't.
Alright. Bryce wants to know if is the semi that was released in the pack the same one that has the sounds of it shifting and jake brakes?
It does have a jake brake sound. It's not the same one that you saw in the video that I did like a month ago, but it does have a jake brake sound, and maybe we'll show that off here later when we get some grain. But it's a very nice truck. It's actually a bot model. That one is original to Bart Manning and Roger Stanley. They're in here all the time, and so that one you guys, I think it was on 15, but ooh, we're losing our auger here. They wanted to tip over. So it's not one that you're gonna find on a mod site or anything, at least yet. Jeez, Brett, now we have to synchronize for you. You kick us off the stream earlier, and now we have to sit here and wait for you to synchronize.
I am
You are. Dude,
that's what I'm good at, so.
there needs to be a way to like be able to view the messages on my phone so I can actually answer questions for people.
I thought sure there was a way that you could.
Will the
no, that's
temperature on
retouched.
the bench remain as is, or do you plan on to move this to the center of the bend?
It depends. These augers are not very large, so like this bin that we're on right now, you're not going to be able to get it to the center. The augers would have to be huge to do that. So
Do we have a truck available?
you want a semi?
Yeah. Or something that would be good to jump into
Oop.
that so we can actually show people.
Well, we've got we've got tippers and tractors up here. You still want a semi?
No, it's all good. I mean, actually, are you using the 6R at the moment?
I am using, yes, the 6R.
Right. Well, I know you're in. I don't know what the hell you're in. There's a 6R over here set up on the.
Oh,
I was asking about.
no.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna borrow that and put a grain cart on the back of that so we can.
Yeah, so anyways, basically you're aiming for this little hole here, like the little opening, and it's always going to be next to the ladder. So that's one way to find it. If you guys can see the ladder coming up the side here, it's next to that. You know, real life you'd climb up there to be able to look down, whatever, but that's kind of an easy way to find it. And this one is in a terrible spot. I'll probably move it because this Farm King is going to be not very easy to load, but the backhoes aren't tall enough for these big silos. So
I don't think I can.
So I'm going to walk them through it real quick because there's people, like, I'm seriously getting all these messages. How do you use these things? So when you first start, you're going to have this folded up.
Alright, I don't know if you cut off when Hayden asked the question, but he wants to know if the sign pack only available through Giant's Editor, or is that supposed to be in Placeables?
For now, it's going to be only available in Giant's Editor. I may make a placeable version, but that's a lot of work. And, you know, I mean, there's going to be a ton of signs. So for the time being, it's just going to be for map makers. They can install them on Giant's Editor. But I'm going to walk through this real quick just so that people can see it and not, it'll be kind of towards the beginning of the video, so if they're watching it later. It's really common sense and pretty easy. So I'm just going to unfold it, hit X, unfold the Farm King here. That brings your hopper down. And then from here on out, it's mouse controls. So I can just slide it to the left. I'm moving the mouse to the left, it's going to drop it down. And then I can actually spin to try to get this thing level with the ground. And I'm just going to get it close. Now I've noticed with these Farm Kings, if you go all the way down to the ground and touch the ground, sometimes it'll actually move the auger up here. So you kind of want to be careful. It's a little touchy. You don't want to push it too far into the ground.
Try
But
the best you can to rest it on the ground without pushing it.
yeah, because you want it to be low enough that the tipper can dump into it, but not too bad. Okay, and then the only step left is you want to make sure that the pipe is out. So right now it's actually in, so I'm going to hit that. Now the pipe is out. This thing's ready to unload. All we have to do is dump some grain down into the hopper, and this thing's going to unload
Holy
here.
crap. I did not realize this 6R has a passenger truck on it.
I think they all do. I don't remember, but I think they might all.
Awesome.
So all we're using in the stream too, we're not using any mods that aren't in the mod pack. So if you guys see us using something in the stream right now, it's either a stock, farm sim tractor or whatever, or it's part of the mod pack.
Alright, now let's see if I can actually fail at backing up as I'm running over chickens.
I'll turn this tractor back on. So this is
KFC.
this is another thing with these augers. You guys have to have the tractor on because that's what powers the auger. So you're gonna have to have a tractor hooked up to this auger, and then you're gonna have to have another tractor to back the grain up. So I'm gonna zoom out up here, and you're actually gonna see when he starts dumping. Once I have grain, it's gonna give me the option. Well, actually, not the option. I mean, but it's gonna start dumping in. So we are now filling this grain silo.
Do you know of any tippers that have conflicts with the auger? Somebody wants to know.
I haven't ran into any yet. There are some like American style auger carts that won't dump into these, but as far as I know, like I use the gravity wagons a lot, and those will dump in to these. All the semi tippers that I've seen, like the Wilsons, they'll dump in them. There's actually a Timpty super hopper that's in this pack. That one works with these. We actually were playing around with that last night, and that works just fine.
However,
So this one here.
The absolute easiest thing to use to tip into that is actually a rear dump or whatever tipper you want to use, as long as it dumps in the rear.
Bryce wants to know.
It's a lot easier.
Says he can't find any way to make some really nice looking Brent and J&M hopper wagons that look really good. And
We've got a Brent. I don't know if didn't Brett, didn't he release his? Maybe it's not released. I don't know. Or not Brett. I'm sorry, Cody.
You know, I'm not sure. There was a Facebook group that was going to release if you're talking about like an Auger wagon, then I'm not sure. But if you're talking about like the chaser or like the what the hell are they called? You just mentioned them. Like they're the gravity wagons. There's a group that was actually going to release a really nice set of prints with the extensions on and everything sometime real soon.
Yeah, I use I can't remember what brand it is, but those gravity wagons, they're pretty nice. And with those, it's easy because you can pull right up alongside of the hopper and dump. So it's kind of similar to the rear dump.
Hayden said this is a good map. It needs to be more known.
Well, we're trying to get it out there right now. So I mean, you guys share it and you know, post links and whatever. And one of the best ways we can get it out there is just, you know, people liking the YouTube and the Facebook, and it just helps us get more of a following. So, and we keep repeating this over and over and over every time we do a stream, but this is not the last map, this is the first map. So there will be more maps to come with different terrains and different areas. There's a mountain map that I want to do that's going to be mostly logging, but a very detailed map. There's going to be a couple different areas of like country maps, plains, you know, rolling hills type things. We were looking at like upstate New York. We were looking at Illinois, maybe doing a central Iowa map. So there's going to be some more maps coming out here soon, and I've already got the train started on a lot of them. So it's not going to take us years to get these next maps out. It's going to take, you know, a lot
One of the best
less.
maps he's ever played, to be honest.
Well, sweet, man. I appreciate that. You know, my goal, the way that I got into this stuff was in 15. I was one of those guys just like everybody else. I'm like, you know, I really like playing the game. I have a really stressful job, so this was kind of like my release. But I could never get any of the good maps.
What was the reason for having all of the fields already owned?
Just for the time being, it was just the easiest for us to get out and released. The curved fields, I'll show you guys well, I mean, for the people that haven't seen the map yet, if we can get a good background on this so you can actually see it. But, you know, there's a lot of fields that aren't just square. And the way that Giants is set up is when you're doing terrain or field dimensions, it's really set up for a square field. When you start adding curves and all these different, you know, shapes, it makes it really hard. So it's really time intensive. It's not difficult to do, it just takes a long time. And so that's why we wanted to get the map out to everybody, and that was going to push us back some. So version 3 will have it, but this one doesn't. But anyways, what I was getting at is, you know, I was like you guys. I wanted to have a nice map to play. I kept seeing all these private maps, and I'm like, you know, how can I get one of these maps? And so I finally.
Because I have downloaded your map and mods and like it so far.
Sweet, man. But yeah, I just had to kind of learn how to do it myself, and then I met Roger and Bart and everybody else that's in this group now, and we all just kind of came together and taught each other different things, and now we've got this really awesome map. So we'll keep doing them. Just over here waiting for some more grain here, Bandit.
I'm only like 22% full, so.
I might have to get another combine and start harvesting here, and we're gonna make you busy.
Right. The other thing that I wanted to say is that
Prepare for lag.
you know, oh god. I know that I was one of the last ones to kind of join this little group here, but from what I've seen so far, all of us actually get along very well. We all work together very well. Honestly, I believe that this is going to be the start of something so much bigger and so much better, and I don't think it's going anywhere until. Oh wow! Okay, that was scary.
What? Did I lag you out?
I just had a combine jump out of a tree at me. I shit you not. Like, I'm sitting here, and all of a sudden, a freaking New Holland combine just went boom, out of the tree. Freaking hard.
That's awesome.
Meantime, Dave's, I'm trying to talk about how good we are over here, and
Jim
Dave's trying to
wants
kill
to
me.
know if he live streams this map, or do you want him to wait till final version is done?
Honestly, I don't really care what you guys do on your own channels and things. I mean, I'm not one of those kind of people. All I would ask is that you just give the people that have put their blood, sweat, and tears into this map the credit for it. So, you know, if you just link it to our Facebook pages and our YouTube pages as well, just to kind of give us some help here, because we're not going to be able to keep doing these maps if we don't have a good following. And so, if you're helping us build our following, then I'm all about it. You know.
Well, that's the thing is, and I don't like touching on this because it's all drama infested. But
Oh yeah.
Right now, the community is pretty much dead. Like it's everybody against everybody. And honestly, right now, instead of continuing to be everybody against everybody and continuing this hatred that everyone has for each other, it's time that we actually come together, starting small and starting to get things, I don't know, back to the way they were, in a way where everybody
Carson
helps
wants to know
everybody.
if it has chopped straw.
Yes.
It does have chopped straw, but for some reason this combine has issues with it. I don't know what's going on because I'm not seeing it. Does it work in multiplayer?
No, not that I've seen.
It does work. I know it does. Everybody that's tested it, but I guess multiplayer just must not do it.
Let's say that, Dave. Do you want me to run my harvester so that way you can continue showing people about the rain,
Yeah,
augers and stuff?
that's fine. I'll switch you.
Because I know that's why it's basically a big purpose of why we're running the live stream is to answer a lot of questions about that.
Yeah, because I keep getting a lot of questions about the auger, or about the silos and how to use them.
Also, there is one thing that I did want to say, and I don't want to sound like an asshole. Pardon my French for those of you who are under 18. There are a lot of people coming to me and asking me about maps and features, or about this map and the features of it and stuff like that, and I would be glad to answer those for you. But I've had a couple of people coming up and thanking me in particular for this map because I've been putting it on the YouTube channel, and I just want to make it known. I had almost next to nothing to do with actually creating this map. That's all they did. I know I sound weird when I say that, but I don't think you guys realize I've got pages and pages of messages of people asking me about it. It's like I will be glad to try to get your questions answered for you, and I will be glad to pass compliments and so on to the right places. But I just want it understood that you know, I was here for basically hype man and ideas. He's the one who put all the work into doing this thing, so he deserves the appreciation for that.
Well, I mean, I appreciate it, but at the same time, we're all part of the same team. So, you know, the way I view it is that we all came into this with different reasons, or not reasons, but different strengths and weaknesses, and you know, we're all part of the same group. So we all deserve credit for it, and in our own ways. And you know, and like I keep reminding people, this isn't it. This is not the end. We're going to be doing more maps once, you know, this one is finished, which hopefully version 3 will be it. You know, then we'll have some other maps released and some different locations for people to enjoy. Pete, you want to head over to that farm over by that other bin that we were going to set up?
Yeah, where's that at?
To the right. It's
Which farm were we going to?
oh no, well, on those other bins, it's field 28 and 29. Because I think we're pretty much done with the Farm King. I think everybody gets it.
I'm going to jump through the ditch. Yeah. The one ditch you can make a real.
Are you going over that way?
Yeah, I'm going to go way now.
I'll just follow you.
It might be easier because then you can see where you're going there a little bit. The other thing that I will say is
You know what? I forgot this thing has the tip door. There we go. Much better.
2829 is either lead or borrow. You want us to swap?
I forgot about that. Yeah, we could do that. We could try it out on a different grain
Carson
type.
wants to know, what about the Missouri River Valley down by Omaha or Sioux City?
Well, according to Brett, we actually were working on a on one of Brett's streams that he had. He called it the Upper Missouri River Valley.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm from Iowa, or I'm not from Iowa, but I've lived in Iowa for the last 10 years, so you know, Iowa's kind of home to me, and that's why I picked Iowa for this map. But I was raised in Colorado, so you know, I would kind of like to do a back to my roots map, you know, do like a front range map that's half Colorado, half mountains, and then that way we can have logging in and farming. I've looked at doing like a central Iowa map. Oh God, we were looking at remaking Southern Virginia, which was released by Roger Stanley, but basically we would do a complete overhaul on that thing and do terrain and make it look realistic like this one, but keep it, you know, Virginia. That's where Roger's from. So I don't know, we have so many ideas floating around, and unfortunately, you know, the next couple maps are going to be quicker, but it's also not the easiest thing to get a map pumped out, so it's still going to take, you know, a couple months for each map. Shit, I probably need to reset those, don't I?
Yeah, I'd say so.
So I'll reset. I can't remember if that's the one. Yeah. Okay. So the case one's up here on the farm, and then the New Holland one just got reset.
Somebody said they downloaded the version 2 pack, but he doesn't see the map.
You don't see it in your mod folder? I guess I'm kind of confused by that one. I don't know what he's meaning.
You may not see it when he goes to select his mods. Like if he goes to select what map he's on.
If it's something like that, you're not seeing it, then it's probably a mod conflict. So make sure that you have only the map in. Make sure it works that way. If it works that way, then you're gonna have to just slowly
He said
add
New
mods.
York is an area that really has yet to be covered.
Yeah, we've thought about doing a upstate New York map, kind of rolling hills and some timber and farm and all sorts of stuff. Who just
But yeah, it's not in the mod pack.
Yeah, it's not going to be in the mod pack. You have to download there's several downloads you are gonna have to download to make everything work. We were gonna combine them all into one, and that was actually the plan. But then I remembered that we hadn't uploaded that version, and we wanted to get it out this morning, so it's still in pieces. But if we would have combined it all into one, it would have been close to 3 gigs. So you have to download the map, the mod pack. Well, technically you don't have to download the mod pack. The mod pack is optional, but you're gonna have to download the map, the required mods, and the bin pack if you want everything to work flawlessly. You don't have to have the bin pack, but if you don't, you're not gonna have any silos. You're only gonna have one in the entire map. So if you want the silos that we're using today, you're gonna need to download the bin pack. But the map is its own separate download. Actually, I'm just gonna park this thing over here. I don't know why I'm taking it with me.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, man?
Another guy says, take your time and do it right. Love the map.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Waking up. Oh, y'all streaming? Okay.
Yeah, we're streaming right now. There's a bunch of people asking questions about the auger system and stuff like that, so we figured we'd go in here and do some harvesting.
Guy says, hi and thanks for the map and mods. I have mobs and map in its own mod folder, but it's throwing a lot of errors. Is that normal for this? I know it's beta.
This map should not be throwing any errors at all. So if you're, well, I can't talk about the mod pack because I didn't build any of the mods myself. The mods may be throwing some errors, and some of the mods are in beta still too. So, you know, like the lowboy that's in there, that's a beta project right now, work in progress from Brett. He's in here in the stream right now. So, you know, some of the vehicles in the mod pack may have some errors, but the map should not have any errors. There's a couple warnings, and those are just some texture things. It won't affect your gameplay. So if you're seeing errors on the map itself, then something got messed up with the download. So with these Backhoe augers, we'll show you how to do this real quick. Same thing. I mean, basically, I want to get this lined up somewhere close to that hole, and this doesn't have to be precise. It's anywhere in this area it's gonna work, but I just like being realistic. So we'll get it close, and then what I'm actually gonna do is leave this tractor hooked up to it, because we're gonna need to have it hooked up to use it. And
Right there.
that's hanging up there pretty high. I thought we could lower this, but maybe we can't.
What you talking about?
Where the auger hooks up to the tractor. It's like 2 feet in the air.
Yeah, it does sit a little high. When I did it before, I actually had it. Are you hooking it to the 8R or the 6R?
I'm on the 8R.
I had it hooked to the 6R before.
Okay.
That'll lower it a little bit. It's not crazy how much it lowers it, but it's a little bit.
Yeah, I'll do that then. That works.
With that Backhoe, it's weird how it works. It doesn't, like in real life it would work sometimes, depending on what you have hooked up to it, but it does.
So the Backhoe, that you need both pieces, so I'm gonna go hopefully find where the
The
Oh, yeah.
shed.
oh okay, yeah.
Brett, and behind just let you know.
Yes, I see that.
So you need both pieces for the Backhoe.
I love getting on this map and getting it in CAD. It's so great.
Yeah, this.
I mean, you can't not, right?
I mean, this is really the first map that I've played, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything, but where I actually feel like I'm in a real life location. I don't feel like I'm on an arcade map or something.
I believe it.
I do believe I said that very same thing when I first got
And hopefully all the maps we come out with from here on out are going to be the same way. They're going to feel like real life locations. They're not going to feel like, you know, flat places with buildings on them. So basically I'm going to back this thing up.
You did a really good job on
Jim wants to know again, have you thought about putting your map and mods pack on pop at that.
I am lagging like crazy. I get that question a lot, but the problem with Dropbox is they're gonna cap the downloads. There's already been 945 downloads of this map today alone. Actually, there's been 1,400 downloads of this map today, and Dropbox would have kicked us off within the first 100. And then I'm going to be getting a bunch of messages from people saying, "Hey, the link's broken. I can't download the map." So I know MediaFire is not the greatest, and people have issues with it. I'm the same way. When I used to download mods all the time, I would get angry and be like, "Oh, great, it's on MediaFire." But at the same time, it's free for me, and I don't make any money making this map. I don't get a dime. I've probably spent money making this map just with my time and energy. The last thing I'm going to do is pay for a hosting account to release the map. So if MediaFire is free and it works and it gives me 11 gigabytes of space, then that's what I'm going to use, unfortunately. So I'll look at some other options to see. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Mega, but we'll see if we can find a better option, then we will. But for the time being, it's on MediaFire. So with this thing, I actually have to get in it just like a vehicle. So I'm going to walk up to it, hit E, and then when you hit the pipe out, it's going to lower this down into the hopper, and then we're going to have to hook it back up to a tractor. And Brett, you guys are both in combines, aren't you?
Yeah, the 600 should be hooked up to
Okay.
the wagon.
So I'll bring this over there. Again, this thing has to be hooked up to an auger for it to work. So
I love how the quick distances, I can actually see everything you're doing over there.
yeah, it's kind of neat, huh? And
Definitely adds to that element.
Somebody asked about Google Drive, and somebody else said no Mega.
no Mega. Yeah, I can't stand Mega. Half the time I try to download something from there, it won't even let me do it. But yeah, I'll look at Google Drive. I'm not really familiar with it. I've used it a couple times, but I want to make this map easy for people to get, but at the same time I have to do it where it's easy for me too. And there's, like I said, there's been 1,400 downloads of this map today, so the majority of people are getting it. And I don't want to sound like an asshole and be like, "Well, sorry, you're not going to get it." But if the majority of the people are able to use MediaFire, then I have to use it, even if that means one or two people aren't going to be able to get it. So, but I will try to look and find a better system.
Brett, I got nothing back all caught up.
Yeah, it's why I'm in on it, just like
The guy says with Google Drive you get 15 gigs free and your download speed is not capped.
Okay, well, like I said, we'll definitely take a look at it. Hopefully that didn't move the auger too much. But as you can see, it's pretty simple. It's just like we did with the other one. The only difference is you got to set up that second. Yeah, you got to set up the hopper on this one instead of. I really hope that did not move me too far. We'll see.
Well, we'll find out when we go to unload the doesn't. So.
All right, let's go.
I was gonna say, all the stuff actually works. It's been tested by Dave, it's been tested by me. Just about everybody in here has actually had it in game and tested it. Sometimes it can be particular due to how it's scripted to work, but.
And that's another reason. That's another reason we included them in the mod pack. Again, we're not trying to steal credit for any of this stuff, but we wanted to make sure that there was a working. Where are you guys?
I am coming around.
Okay.
Right behind you.
We wanted to make sure that there was a working set of these things that we have tested, that we know work, when we released it to you, so that we didn't have to worry about people saying, "Hey, I downloaded it off of ModHub and it's not working." So, the credit goes to the modders. It's awesome. I love it that they made these. I wish we could find some more augers, but it definitely adds some realism, because in real life you're not gonna pull up to a farm, especially a little family farm like this. You're not gonna pull up and see a giant grain complex with 20 bins and a dump system and all that kind of stuff. It just isn't gonna happen. this is how you're going to do it in real life. And this map, again, we were trying to go with realism as the #1 goal, to make this as realistic as possible. It's called Farming Simulator, not Drive a Tractor in a Field Simulator. So we want to make it, you know, an actual simulation.
See how good you are, dude.
Oh, I'm good.
Is he off?
Maybe not. I'm not as good as the horseplay or
Does
whatever.
the auger have to be in the crawl-in hole, or can it go to the big hole on top?
For the time being, it's set up on that hole, on the side hole, and the reason that it is because some of the silos are too big for these augers, and I didn't want, you know, people to get confused. What I'm probably going to do on the next version of the silo pack, there's going to be some seed silos and some fertilizer hoppers and things included, but what we'll also do is I'll probably enlarge the trigger. So basically, as long as you have that auger at the top, somewhere on the top of that thing, it's going to work. So you don't actually have to be so precise.
And the other thing that I absolutely enjoy about it, and we were actually talking about this last night, is not only does an auger system like this make it more realistic in terms
Cole
of how
wants to know if he
you
can send you his tractor he's working on because I need help. Because he needs help because he can't buy it from the store. It's from 15 to 17.
Hey, I got lost because I was listening to Brett,
The
but
other guy wants to know that noticed that most of the fields are corn initially. Is that intentional?
if you've ever been to Iowa in real life, 90% of the fields are going to be corn or beans. So
Pete, break left.
that's why it's intentional. But, you know, by all means, plant them whatever you want.
Non-military right.
God.
But the other thing, you know, is not only does it add an element of realism to how you actually have to put it in the bins, it adds an element of realism because now you have to focus on the bin.
The other guy, the one you missed was, we want to know if he can send you his tractor because he needs help because he can't buy it from the store because it's from 15 to 17.
There are some very talented guys in this group that can do some really cool things with mods. I am not that person. Mapping is my specialty, and I won't even call it a specialty. I'm still learning how to map. But I am sure if you send it to us, I'm sure one of these guys would be willing to look at it and take a peek. With the risk of sounding kind of rude here, though, if it's not something pretty decent, I don't know if they're going to waste their time, because right now they're working on some really cool mods, and I don't know if they're going to want to take time away from those projects to work on something that's not, you know, up to par. But I guarantee you they will help you with it, and they'll teach you how to do it.
You might want to pick up the case. He hasn't been loaded yet.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm at 66%.
I mean, that's something that, coming from one guys that actually works
Another
on
guy
the
wants to know
mold,
if you played around with implementing or setting the field boundaries.
you gotta let us finish, man. Otherwise, people are gonna get confused.
right? I don't even know what to say. Oh yeah, coming from one of the guys who actually does some work on some of the models.
Problem is
They're moving too fast,
you
probably,
can't
huh?
hear what you guys are talking about.
Gotcha. Yeah, it kind of.
You're talking like super soft and you're way loud on the stream.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know why the overlay's not working for the messages. So, in case you guys are wondering, I can't see any of your messages right now, and I'm the one streaming. So Aaron's actually trying to relay some of these questions to us. So, we're not trying to be rude if we get cut off or accidentally leave your question out. It's just I can't see them. So, sorry. So what were you saying though?
I was gonna say, you know, if you send it in, I will more than likely take a look at it. I'll see if I can fix it, and then if not, I can try to pass it up to one of the other guys to see if we can, you know, kind of work together and take a look at it. I can't guarantee anything because even though, you know, a lot of us around here have some pretty good skill with stuff like that, there are some things that it requires more skill than what we have to try to fix. Not saying that we can't do it, but I am saying that, you know, I will guarantee that I will try. I cannot guarantee success.
So I'm working on this auger right now, and I think what happened was oh, this might be the problem. Yep, I didn't turn the pipe out. So so basically when you guys do this, you'll have to make sure the pipe is out to unload, and I might not be in the right spot because it probably moved us. I think it did. Am I even turned on? Yeah.
That's a question I don't think anyone wants answered.
So I'm gonna have to reset this thing.
Where I'm gonna have to take one.
Another guy wants to know if anybody's thought about making, or know of anyone making a smaller, older auger to be used to load the small old grain bed.
I know what I did.
Mistaken. Depending on how big your grain bin actually is, if it's like a 50 or a 25 or a 50,000 bin, the Spendiac may actually fill it, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so here's what happened, guys, just to walk you through it. I didn't turn the belt on. So, I've got the belt on that one.
See if I can swing this without getting into the yeah, I got it in the trash.
I cannot tell if this thing's unloading. So the backhoe is not working right now.
Let me take a look. Alright, so what do we have?
Hey, I'm in the passenger seat.
Turn off belt.
Yeah, they've got a lot of goofy settings on
46 people watching right now.
on the backhoes. They're a little more complicated than the Farm King is. So if you guys missed the earlier part of the stream, we used the Farm King and it works flawlessly. But this one,
I don't know that the auger piece is actually placed in the right spot. But I would have be dumping it because it's not actually dumping into the big auger. It should be dumping into the big auger at least. It looks like the triggers are right, but
are you in the hopper?
I'm in the DR, and there's going to turn off belt, plug in, unload here, go on, unload here, stop engine, and exit vehicle. That's all I have.
Yeah. Farmer Pete, hit the pipe out button and get out so I can move it, because I think that's what's going on.
yeah, I don't think it's.
I know, you're gonna have to hit O, it'll lift, and now jump out so I can pick it up. Well, that's not gonna work.
Hey Jason, you're queuing.
Yeah,
You're queuing hard.
your mic's on. Or not. Hey, hey Pete. Turn your mic down, bud. He still can't hear us. There we go. Dude, I don't know if I'm going to be able to hit this with your tractor here. The turning radius on these are not the greatest.
See if I can pick it up from an angle here. Because right there should be right about the spot that it was. The spot that it should be. Right there. Oh, you snot.
What?
Oh, you moved it. Hang on. I'm gonna go ahead and just set in the right spot here.
Well, any other questions? Now would be a good time to answer them.
Get out of the way.
He's flat.
Is Roger still in here?
This thing does not like backing up.
Guys, and thanks for all the time everyone put into this map. Very realistic. Nice to actually play a private quality map that is for the public. Did add multi-terrain angles, but great map, guys.
Awesome. Appreciate it, man. And multi-train angles are planned to go in on version 3, but I kind of touched on it earlier. The AI don't seem to like them very well, and so we wanted to make sure that the map was playable for everybody first, because a lot of people use AI. I don't, so it's not going to affect me, but you know, I realize that I'm not everybody, so. But we are planning on putting multi-train angles in. And for everybody else, I mean, just thanks for all the compliments and the messages and all the, you know, the attention. It's been awesome.
Parked in the wrong spot on the auger. It's on the side closest to the field for the PTO.
That might be. These backhoes, they can be very particular, I noticed.
How am I going to get this thing in here?
Are multi-fruit crops planned for version 3?
Yes. Brett, you might have to come in at a wider angle to the right.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to have to do.
Yeah, multi-fruit will be added, as well as some fabric scripts. I'm not going to get all crazy and do all, like, this isn't going to turn into a map that has a bazillion different things to do. But if it realistically occurs in this area in real life, then I'll try to implement it. Like, we want to do a limestone quarry. Logging actually doesn't really happen much in this area, at least nowadays, but I do want to implement logging just because I know a lot of people like it, and I'm one of those players where I'll get bored with just farming all the time, so sometimes so sometimes I'll jump in and do some logging. So there will be, you know, like a sawmill script, or a sawmill set up, and with the boards and pallets, but it's not going to be anything like the sawmills you guys are used to seeing. It's going to be an American style sawmill with different buildings, and it'll be set up kind of cool.
Alright, so theoretically speaking, that should work.
If I can get this to turn that sharp, we'll see. These are really touchy. People are probably, come on, you can do it. How's that look?
That looks about right.
Oops. Got the wrong one.
And they said
Oh, I
the
probably should.
tractor that's hooked to the actual auger has to be moved to the side.
Oh, gotcha. I don't know if that'll... Is it set up that way, though?
The 6 auger should be on the field side after it's placed at the box just up from the hopper.
I've never seen it work that way.
I haven't either.
Excuse me.
But yes, I mean,
I want to see if I can, hang on, I want to see if I can even hook up with it.
is someone in here again? Okay, let me get in here.
Hey.
I'm gonna, oh god, tires. Let me see if I can even hook up over here, because if I can, it's gonna be awesome.
Oh my goodness. Hey, yeah, we're looking at time.
Oh, I'll be there.
Hey.
Oh, we're so stupid. Now that we're doing this, I remember this, but
I did not know that.
yeah. See, that's why we stream, so people can help us.
Right.
Shout out to Backyard Dreams and Mr. Gordy for the help on that.
Awesome, guys. See, no wonder people are having problems with it. We don't even know how to do it. So, is it working?
Hey!
Hello.
Look at this thumb of Pete. Oh, I know who that is.
I wonder if the top of the auger moved too much.
I think it's out too far.
Yeah, it's away from the little pipe in.
Oh my god, this is gonna be a pain in the ass.
See, if you wanted to really realistic,
I'm gonna go pheasant hunting. We'll see you guys later.
I'm staying quiet.
Yeah, you're
it's alright.
you're too far away.
Have these backhoes actually function? Like once, twice, maybe?
Oh, I've had them working fine. It's just
No, I'm talking this one just works for me, but not the original ones.
okay. Why don't
Right, you know what?
why don't you stay? I wonder if you stay hooked up. If we hook up the PTO, maybe it won't move as much.
Did you lower the auger? Did you lower the loading auger?
Not yet. I was gonna move it.
Okay.
We're over the door. Well, we're actually a little too far over the door, but
Good thing there's no collision on those tires.
right? It may
Oh,
be
that's
because I'm
bad.
hooked up to it over here,
What's that?
but it's probably because I'm hooked up
Yeah.
to it over here. But the last time I had this working, I left the tractor hooked up right here.
Well, it's not giving me the option to hook up to it.
Because there's already a tractor hooked up over there.
Yeah. So why don't you unhook?
Well, if I do that, it's going to move.
Not if we're in the right spot. Hopefully.
Excuse me.
How much did it move that time?
Looking at the brain in hole.
Just a touch to one side.
I think we're good. We're still over the top. It should work.
Alright, so I'm going to move the actual hopper thing, or hopper, whatever, see if I can move that where it's supposed to
Did
be.
you guys see me up here up on top of brain bin?
Oh yeah. People right now are probably like, "Yep, not downloading this map. Fuck these augers." There are placeable bins that you can get if you don't like these.
Let's see, I'm going to move this thing over just a little bit more.
Yeah, very authentic.
Alright,
If you
so,
Whoa, whoa! You were
Let it go. You're not aiming at the hole up here at all. You're not lined up.
no, that's actually me. It doesn't need to be on that hole. We're good. It just needs to be close.
Oh, okay.
come on!
So this is the Backhoe.
Yeah, this is the problem child.
Yeah, I'm about to give up on this one.
The song games work.
Where's our experts in the room? Where'd they go? What are we doing wrong, guys? See, when I put the pipe out, it makes it go. It lifts
What
it
do you
up.
want?
Oh, okay. And it's lifting that jack.
Yeah.
So this is where it needs to be. I would imagine, maybe not.
Why that is not actually working. the fact that the auger is prepared to go in the bin. It's the actual auger that had the problems with itself.
Are you turning the belt on when you get in there?
Yeah. That belt's on. Pipes out. It's right where it should be. All the triggers are actually hitting.
So what, the grain won't dump?
The grain will not dump from auger to auger, as opposed to from auger to bin.
The guy says get in the hopper and load.
The hopper's low, it's on the ground.
Yeah, it's down. Bandit's in it right now.
Can the actual other piece that goes up to the grain bin be lowered in? That's what?
It's
Another guy says,
it should be
I think
hitting.
I remember hearing that the original backhoe that was made by LBJ didn't work replaceable, but Trailer Park Farm made a fix.
Yeah, there is.
This is that fix.
This is that fix.
For whatever reason, this isn't wanting to be extremely particular at the moment. I don't know why. I've never had it be this particular.
Oh, this is a hot day. In the hour.
Is the bin full?
No.
I don't. It shouldn't have anything in it, but that was the thought I was just having. Maybe we need to go try it on a different bin.
Wouldn't
Well,
hurt.
the issue is that it will dump from auger to auger. Each auger has its own filter, basically.
And it's not dumping into this one at all.
It's not dumping into the big auger. Is the problem that we have.
Does it work on multiplayer?
You know, I don't truly know.
That might be our issue. Because I've tested this exact Backhoe single player. It works.
There's nothing here that is telling me that this should not work right now. All the I'm actually in that
Other
fight
guy
right now.
said thanks for the map. This is the best map that he's ever played on.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, there's nothing here telling me that this should not work. Triggers are all where they're supposed to be.
I'm gonna chalk it up as multiplayer unless someone can tell me that they've tested it in multiplayer and it works. I'm assuming that's what's going on.
Backhoe is super picky on setup.
But for those of you that were in here earlier, you got to see the Farm King work.
Why don't we set up the time period so for the people who are in here now can actually see it?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll
And
go.
see that
If you want to move all this crap out of the way, I'll set the Farm King up.
Yeah, just throw it in the pond over there.
Yeah, go park it in the water. We don't need it anymore. Hey, Brett, add it to the junk pile in the back of the farm.
you got it. I even have a front loader I can took the big auger over.
I'll go pick this one up.
Because that would be what I would do in there.
Most Pagodi.
There's actually there's a Backhoe auger for sale in Northeast Iowa if you guys want one.
Alright, he said the mod desk says multiplayer
As
support.
of right now, you got 17 thumbs up and no thumbs down.
Oh, you had to say that. Now we're gonna get a bunch of thumbs down.
Right? Like if
There's always gonna be that one person.
I would go thumbs down. You thumbs down my stream. I love your stream. I just had to do it.
Yeah. No, but thank you guys, everybody that's in here watching. It's kind of cool to be able to show the map off and.
You had one for a split second and then went back to thumbs up.
It was me.
Yep, Roger is that. He's that guy.
Well, then I went back the other way.
I'm gonna go squish some chickens back here.
I'm telling you, dude, that line is a KFC.
Yep.
Take a crash. Yeah.
So like,
I've been running over chicken.
we can't keep the chickens alive because we run them all over. I'm gonna go find
They
some.
go.
I'm gonna go
They
find some
swoop in.
eggs. Where are the eggs
They
at?
swoop-
Oop, went too low.
Come on now.
Come on, eggs. Where you at?
There we go.
Oh, I got one.
There's not
the
speed on that.
map. Can only go 35 mile an hour with the lizard truck.
Sounds like a mod conflict.
Yeah, there's no speed limit or anything. You can go as fast as you want. We've got some mods in here. We were in here the other night with some that
Chasing chicken.
go super. No, I was talking about before that. Me and Cody and
Oh,
Bart were in here with the General Lee and the cop cars one night having fun. And that General Lee is fast.
Oh yeah, we was in that one night. That damn General Lee will roll.
Yeah.
I think I hit everything but what I was supposed to hit because the Charger was undrivable at that point.
You know, if I was driving by right now and I saw this, I'd be like, wonder what's going on at that farm. None of these guys know what they're doing. Everybody's all parked up here going, how do we get this to work?
Well, I'm actually getting this thing dead on what it's supposed to be.
What are the arrows? What are the arrows you're getting?
It said there's errors showing up with the mod pack not installed.
What error are you getting? Because you shouldn't be getting any errors.
Let's see if that works.
There have been some people that have told me that there were some texture issues. There were some textures that weren't showing up, but it's because they unzipped it before they put it in the folder. Make sure you leave it zipped up, the map itself. As soon as they zipped it back up, the texture issues went away.
Yeah. I was having that issue earlier. When I zipped it back up, textures were working just fine.
Alright, well at least we can show off this one. And there you go.
And I don't know if Dave mentioned this earlier or not, because I kind of joined in late. These bins all hold their own individual crop. So, like we're putting soybeans in this bin right now. This bin will only ever hold soybeans until we unload.
Do you guys have grain in here? Are you full?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
not
we
full,
are.
but there's some in there.
You can barely hear Brad on the stream.
Yeah, it's because of the mic.
Can you hear me pretty well?
I'm hearing y'all in TeamSpeak because of the fact I turned the volume down the stream.
Did you guys get that whole field already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
He copied and pasted some errors in here.
What are they saying?
GISL errors. We know it's a few buildings.
Okay, yeah, the GISL errors are going to be some shaders for a couple buildings. It's not going to affect your gameplay at all. It's not going to.
Readouts to let you know when the bends are getting full.
There will be on the next version, but right now there is not. So right now it's all, you just have to go off of what the capacities are. So
You gotta do it the old-fashioned way for now, where you have to actually remember how much you had in there.
or just fill it until it stops filling, and then you know you're full.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, the next version there will be, when you get close to the bin, you'll actually be able to see how full it is and what's in it.
Oh.
So, does anybody want to see how to unload these things? Is there anybody that's having problems with that? Yay, nay. Well, if you want to move, yeah, if you want to move the Farm King, if you want to move the Farm King, I'll go get the Sakundiak.
Yes, there's a guy that wants to see somebody unload.
Alright.
You want to get Pete and Timpe?
Yep.
If we got the money for it, and I'll grab that and bring it back up here.
Hey, what's wrong with the mic, bro?
Actually, someone was asking earlier about the Jake brake. So let's get the. Actually, tell you what, I'll drive the Mac up here just so that the people in the stream can hear it and see it.
Well, I was just playing. I'm just walking and I'm pulling myself on my way up.
Like I said, there's actually
No, there was people in here asking about it earlier, so we'll show it off. I'll drive it up here. So if Brett, if you want to get the, although don't set it up because we'll have to show them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you're running the Timpe on the Mac?
Yeah. You can grab your low boy if you want.
Yeah, sure. How hard is it going to be? I can put on it.
Actually, there's one at the farm, but If you want, that works.
Okay, he has one
Is
you
that a
can
cat running loose on the farm close to field 27?
Yep.
Yes.
So I have my volume, my game volume turned down, so you guys probably can't hear this. Can you turn this up in game?
I don't think so.
Alright,
When he puts the map in the mod folder, the map would not show up in the game.
did you unzip it? Well, no, that's right. It's just not a big zip. Okay, no, no. Nor what I think.
I don't want to blow your guys' eardrums out, so yeah, 50 is going to be pretty loud. See, I'm actually not a big fan of this Jake brake.
It doesn't sound, but it doesn't really slow down.
No, hang on. I'm gonna have to turn this down too because I can barely hear. But the T880 it is the T880, isn't it? That Jake brake I love.
The 800, you mean? No, the 880. Okay.
The blue one
Yeah.
that we have.
The 800.
To me, this one's kind of an overkill.
Hey, Dave, which one you want to
See what I mean? It's just going crazy. It shouldn't be. The Jake brake should not be sounding like that when I'm going uphill.
Dave,
What?
corner beans.
Actually,
I don't care.
My real trucks, if you lift off the throttle, they do that no matter where you at.
Yeah, but not like this. I mean, this is
No,
like
it's not.
this is craziness.
I think that's about as good. Actually, I don't know.
Oh, that T880, dude, when you're driving it, you feel like you are downshifting, and it sounds legit. It matches your speed as you're slowing down. The shifting actually like elongates. This thing just does the same sound over and over.
Oh, okay, that's the
Sometimes a
one.
little bit higher.
Yeah, the EULA, one guy has a EULA call stack, scripts, utilities, UTILS,
You're gonna have to tell me more than that, because the Lua could be anything, but there's gonna be something at the end of that that's gonna tell us what it is.
map, ampline, underscore.
So
There you go.
he doesn't have the traffic lights installed.
Okay.
So if you're having that error with the map ampline, if it says anything like that, then you're probably
A bunch of maps in there.
you're missing that mod. That's one of the required mods. That's what controls the traffic lights.
Dave bought it.
Okay, without running, you sit in there and wonder about it.
We showed everybody last night. I'm just going to show them real quick for those of you that haven't played on the map yet. All of the trees are cuttable, so it's kind of cool that you can, I forgot my camera mod's on, so it's gonna, every time I get the chainsaw out, it's gonna do that. But even these big trees, we can cut them down, and then you have to sit there and cut all the delimb them basically. If I can get on it. What the heck? I keep getting stuck on this thing.
Billy.
I'm too tall. Dude, this camera mod is screwing me up big time. There we go. So just kind of cool. It adds some more realism to it. And Brett made a good point last night. You know,
Said that it looks like the farm that your grandfather used to have.
cool. Yeah, we definitely tried to make that farm look like an old. You know, it's actually a century farm in Iowa. I'm sure a lot of states have that program, but they have century farms if they've been in the same family for over 100 years. And this farm actually has a sign out in front of it that says it's a century farm. So it's supposed to feel like it's been here a while. I'll actually show you the sign when I get to it. Which one did you decide to go with, corn or beans?
I'm going corn.
Okay. I'm gonna jump out and show them that.
But it's sitting under there right
Oop.
now, right about where it should be. So if you want to move it around,
So there's your century farm sign. All right, what'd you say?
I said it's set up under there. It's not actually like ready to unload.
Gotcha.
Looks
You-
just
It's
like
kind of there.
You wanna
that are around here.
you wanna go ahead and do that, and I'll show them how to set this up.
Yep.
Okay, so the Secundiac you can drive and tow behind a tractor or a truck. So you can get in it just like that other one. You can lower the wheels, and you can also raise and lower the arm. So I'm going up and down with the mouse to do this, and I'm going left and right with the mouse to raise the wheels and lower them. So anyways, and then hopper is B to install the hopper in. So when you tow it, you're actually going to be towing it from this end here. So you'll want to get it close, and then you're going to want to drive it into a spot where you're going to hit the bottom of the discharge pipe. And the easiest way to do this is get your HUD open, and when you see it that it says start filling, you're going to know that you're lined up. Like right there, it says start filling. I know that I'm under it now, and then I can just go ahead and manipulate this to get the right height for the trailer. Are you going to be able to fit right here?
Yeah, it should be able to.
So I'm
I'm planning to fill your driver in there.
Ooh.
Big ass one.
Alrighty, so now on this, you want to make sure pipe is out, so you got to hit O, and then if it says start filling, you should be good to go. So you're going to hit R, you're going to be able to pick whatever's in here. We put corn, so that's the only thing that's going to be an option for us. And once we start filling it up, it's going to automatically fill the trailer until you either hit stop filling or until it's out. So that's how you get the grain out of the silos. And then, like I said, you can actually drive this thing, but it's so slow that it doesn't really make any sense unless you're just trying to get it, spot on at the end. So you're definitely going to want to have to tow this thing wherever you go. Is there a tractor around here?
There's an 8R over here.
I guess we could shoot over to the ethanol plant.
You want to show him?
Oh, I don't care. Yeah, I'll jump in. That truck doesn't have a passenger script though, does it?
I'm not sure if it does. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Oh, I was about to say, because then you can actually show him the moisture probe.
Yep. Alright, so we'll go over to the ethanol plant and show you guys how all that stuff works.
Oh, okay. Moisture probe time.
We're going to do some probing.
I think Roger put the probe and got excited.
Actually, I've been asleep. We had thunderstorms all afternoon. I got tired of waiting to get on the computer, so I was late back there.
There's our church that likes to burn down and come back to life every so often.
I nicknamed that one Satan's Church just because it's like black color.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Depends on how you look at it. So, yep, see, there, now it's white again. So we'll definitely be fixing that in version 3. And again, guys, like, I mean, this is a beta. This isn't a finished project, so there's going to be things like that. And the reason I wanted to do an open beta was so that all of you guys could enjoy it as we built it, and let us know if there's problems that you find or things that aren't working. So this is one of the cell points, Sun Core Energy.
One guy said he calls it Church of Darkness.
Cody's gonna kill me. He's probably watching this going, you don't take the tarp off on the scale. I can hear it now. I know he's gonna message me on Facebook right now and tell me that too. Cody, we're probing your truck right now. So there's the moisture probe. Now it doesn't serve any function. It doesn't tell you what the moisture is. It'd be cool if it did, but it's more just to kind of add some realism in an ethanol plant. They care about the moisture and they're gonna check it before you dump. So, but the scales work, as you can see, those numbers and all that good stuff. So we'll go ahead and dump it over here. See, what I think would be cool is if we can add this truck, if we can make the Jake brake an option where you hit a key and it'll come on. And what would be even cooler is if we can use the Jake brake from that T880, because that actually slows you down when it's on.
That's what I thought we were going to do.
Well, if somebody could figure out how to convert out the LUA script from the FS15 Jake brakes.
Actually, the T800, the blue one, that one does actually feel it slowing you down.
And there are you guys are going to see some things like this. Like, I'll come up here and show you. There are some placeholders on the map you're going to notice, and these are all future projects that are coming in. And this one in particular is actually a substation, an electrical substation. When you guys see the electrical lines on this map when they're done, you guys are going to your minds are going to be blown. Mine are. There's a guy that's doing it, a local guy here from Iowa that is doing a kick-ass job on these power lines, and these are actually the old school power lines that you see in a lot of maps. These will all be gone, and the power lines you're going to see are phenomenal, and they're all going to be set up correctly and done legit. I know some people are like, who cares, it's a farming simulator, but to me that's going to add so much realism to this map, and that's what we're really shooting for. Is there anything anybody wants to see while we're in here?
The plans are to add multi-fruit, yes.
Wants to know if you're going to add multi-fruit in future versions.
Yeah, version 3 will have multi-fruit. Right now, version 2 basically has all of the stock things from the original game. So it's got the animals from the original game, it's got the crops from the original game, and all the sale points from the original game. But there will be a lot of additions in version 3.
Coach Farm says he would like to see the 6R up close.
Another guy said there was a scale in Farm Sim 11 that had a pop-up that gave you what your weight was before and after you dumped.
That would be awesome, but I would have no clue how to script that. I will throw this out there though. This is not a, I'm going to get rid of this thing because I'm used to using the camera, and if I have this, every time I use the camera my chainsaw pops out. I will throw this out there though, that, you know, this is not a closed group of people working on this map. I said from the very beginning, from day one, that I wanted this to be a community project. So, you know, if there's people watching right now that have some ideas and they know how to
Harvesters at the farm are ferment silos, correct?
the dairy, yes. But, you know, if there's people in here watching that have ideas and they know how to implement it and they're good at it and they want to come in and help us make this map better, by all means. Let's not compete with each other and make a bunch of edits of the same map that have different functions. Let's come together and make one map just absolutely kick ass for everybody. I mean, that's the whole point of this map. So, I mean, if you guys are more skilled than we are, then by all means, you know, help us out. Teach us some things. We're fast learners. So, the 6R is what they wanted to see up close, right?
Yeah.
And this is.
I never know when y'all can hear me and when you can't.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I was gonna say we can
Where?
do it all the time.
My mic is kind of like crazy.
The 6R came from Taylor Farms, and again, nowhere are we trying to claim any credit for all of these mods. These were from Taylor Farms. He sent them over to us. They're his edits. He's not trying to say that he built them either. You know, and all of the, you know, credits go to the authors that made them. But these were all public releases, and they've been edited to, you know, fix certain things or make certain things better. But, you know, we wanted to give some people that maybe don't have a chance to have some mods. When you're starting out on a nice American map like this, you want some American equipment. So we threw them in here just to kind of make it easy for people. There's a lot of new people to Farm Sim right now. They send me messages every day that, you know, they just downloaded the game and they don't know where to download mods and this and that. And so, you know, we wanted to throw some in that people could enjoy. And with that said, there are some original mods in the mod pack that, you know, that were created by people in this group. And then there are some edited public releases that are included. So I just want to make sure that we're clear with that we don't want to get accused of trying to steal people's, you know, hard work. You know, we completely understand that, you know, if you guys built them, we appreciate it, and it's awesome, and thank you for publicly releasing them and letting people edit them and, you know, all that good stuff. So, anyways.
I'm on 26 if you guys can hear me.
You're on field 26?
Yes, I am with soybeans.
Field 26. Oh, okay.
We still got to
Right
build,
next to the Empire of the Street.
still got to build Hazard County because while Dave jumped the fence.
Yeah. Did anybody answer when I said, is there anything anybody wants to see?
Guy said
No.
he looked around the map and he felt like you guys captured the area flawlessly. It reminds him of his farm in Wisconsin.
Sure. Yeah, this part of Iowa I visit at least once a year, sometimes multiple times a year. I love it. It's a beautiful, beautiful place for those people that haven't seen it in real life. I actually do photography, and when I'm up here doing photography, there's people from back home in Colorado that are like, that's Iowa? That's what Iowa looks like? It's like, yeah, Iowa's a very beautiful state. You just have to get in the right places. But, so that was my goal, was to kind of capture the look of that area of Iowa, because it is gorgeous. And Wisconsin. Wisconsin's on the other side of the river. This isn't Mississippi. A lot of people get that confused and think the map is based
Like I
on
said,
Mississippi.
What John Deere tractors are getting released tomorrow?
Those aren't ours. Those are, I believe, KMN is releasing some.
The other streams.
I think KMN is releasing some, and by no means were we trying to interfere with their their stream. Sorry, I think what they're doing over there is pretty cool. So I would definitely, check them out if they're still streaming. I didn't realize they were still streaming, but they're trying to donate or trying to raise some money for, I think, Wounded Warrior Project, and
Modders Without Borders cause.
and KMN is releasing some mods over there. If someone has the link, Roger, you want to find the link and pop it in the comments for that one, because I don't want to be stealing attention from them. I mean, we're just trying to be on here to show people. There was a lot of questions coming in, and people were wanting some help with certain things, so we just wanted to show it off, show the instructions. But what they're doing over there is pretty cool. But anyways, they're trying to raise some money, and then if they get the money raised, he's going to release a bunch of his tractors, and KMN's tractors are really, really awesome. They're good tractors.
Let's say, as far as I know, he's supposed to be releasing his 9R, the 9RX, the 9R series. Just for everybody out there, this is what he's been posting about on this page. You can verify this if you if you search at
Got 'em
KMN
all,
Modding
guys.
on Facebook.
What'd you say, Aaron?
I said I gotta get going. It's
Okay.
after midnight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get
As
you guys
far-
tomorrow.
Yep, thanks again.
Have a good night, man. As far as I know as well, this one is under rumor, so don't quote me on this one. I heard somewhere that Canadian FM may or may not be releasing their skid steer as well. I don't know about that one. I heard rumor, but you know how rumors go. So just keep an eye out for that one.
On the charity stream?
Yeah. I know there was a couple of people on Anarchy that were talking about it because people were making a big deal about it not getting released. Once again, a whole bunch of drama not getting released.
Yeah, no, I hadn't heard that, so that's news to me.
Yeah. But like I said, that's supposedly what's going to happen. I don't know. That one I'll believe it when I see it. But KMN's been a really good guy, and he actually is going to release his 9R series, the real one, not the one that was in.
And our stream is just disappearing because everybody's going over there, but that's okay.
Hey, I'd rather, for anybody who's still around, I'd rather have them go support him, not to shut us down, but he's actually doing something for a cause. We're just here to answer questions.
Yeah, absolutely. Nope, I couldn't agree more. I would definitely say shoot over there and let them know, that you're supporting it.
Yeah, I've already donated to the cause myself, actually, so.
Yep. You guys are both combining the wrong side.
I know, I was just following him. Why does it look like there's somebody local doing it?
I don't know.
It's not actually local. We'll find out if we get there.
It's probably
Dave's just gonna drive in circles getting bored.
it's probably the way that I might have accidentally had a different crop in here originally or something. I don't see anything.
I'm talking like up there on the left, like right next to Pete there. It's just gray.
No, I don't see it.
Pete? Oh, never mind. I thought you were full. Wow, that is weird. Okay, so if you saw this from my end, it looks like it's
Whoa.
a different property, different shade. Nope, there it goes. I just popped up to see a little bit instead.
Why isn't it unloading?
Because you
Oh, I have something else, don't I?
in there.
Durr.
Dump it on the ground.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna dump it in my perfect circle I made over here.
I did see something kind of cool. So there was a placeable grain wall that someone came out with. It looks like a big tall K rail, basically. Or for those of you who don't know what a K-rail is, it's the highway rails, those cement rails that they put up.
Mm-hmm.
It's, you know that video that I sent you guys the other day where they have it actually set up so there's like an eighth of a bin set up and they got like a big pile.
Yeah.
So they actually recreated that.
Cool.
It was cool.
Well, I got some good news from Pascal today, who's doing a lot of work for my sign pack.
Yeah.
So he sent me some screenshots of the current things he's working on for me. And if you live in Iowa, there's a big, discussion right now about all these cable barriers that are going in on roads, and I sent him a picture of one, and he literally has recreated this thing to a T. So for the sign pack, it's going to be awesome. I mean, it's going to make these roads look so real. You just kind of reminded me of that when you said the
K-rail.
Yeah.
Not sure why they would have to name the K-rail.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, you better lay there and with that whining.
Dude, with these duals on it, you pretty much have to ride right next to this header.
Yeah. Honestly, on that tractor, I don't typically use duals unless I'm pulling something way lighter than the tractor actually is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just didn't want to turn it off or set it, but actually, I can show that off.
The customization.
Yeah. I'll go show that off for the people that are in here.
Alright, yeah, I was gonna say, because I'm unloaded, so.
This stream, the guy wants to know, will this stream be available on your YouTube page after done? I would say yes.
Basically, are you gonna archive it?
I will archive it. The problem is, though, it depends on how long we go. It'll only archive 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
So.
You need to contact YouTube about that. There are some people that have actually contacted YouTube about live streams and stuff like that, and they've showed them ways that they can actually get it to archive more than 2 hours, or it'll save it as different videos, just different 2-hour increments of it.
Gotcha. Not that anybody wants to watch us for 2 hours, but I mean, really, this is just kind of the purpose of this stream was just to get in here with you guys and answer questions and kind of show off some of the features that people are having, questions about. Yep. So anyways, these customization areas, I'm going to drop this trailer and I'll show you guys. So every single farm has a workshop that will have this toolbox. And the toolbox is right here. Now in single player, you can actually pick this up and move it, put it in a pickup, take it with you out into the field. So for seasons mod and stuff. On multiplayer, you can't pick things up, so it just stays there. But as long as you've got your tractor near it and you're standing up here by the toolbox, I can hit the R key and it's going to bring up, well, right now it wants to customize the bucket.
The trailer. Oh, the bucket, really? It got you for the bucket.
Yeah. How can you can't even customize the bucket, so why would it even give me that option? So let me go, I'll go drop the front loader here. But it is kind of nice to have this feature. Every farm has it. That way you don't have to drive back to the workshop or, oop, and there goes my front loader. Oh well. It's nice, if you want to run duals or triples or something and you don't want to have to run all the way back. I can come in here, hit R, customize it, change whatever I want on it. We'll just go with the basic, and we'll change this to front weight. We'll get rid of that, and now my tractor has all that stuff removed and changed. So it's kind of nice to be able to do it right here. What's that?
It's also nice to have that portable and playing with Dave. Stuff everywhere.
And I don't know. Does IC work in multiplayer? Oh, I'm using the wrong button. There we go. I thought you could move these in and out. Maybe you can on this one. I was gonna move the little warning signs. Those things are annoying when you're not running duels. That's probably the window. Yeah.
This thing's always fresh.
Zach Jones said the only thing he'd like to see added to the map would be a model of Roger in the porta potty in front of his dairy farm.
We'll see if we can work on that, man.
Make it happen.
We will definitely see if we can work on that. Actually, Jason shared with me some things on a map he's working on right now on an edit, and we've got some really good ideas that relate to a porta potty, so you'll just have to stand by for that. And we may be able to get Roger in there on this one. I'm gonna jump into this and just kind of show people the map. Has anybody asked any questions, that any farms they want to see or locations? Because the one thing about this map, I did not put the icons on a lot of things, and I did that on purpose. So you know, you're not gonna have these big obvious blue bubbles everywhere telling you what to do. So if anybody has any questions on where certain things are located, I can show them to you. Right here's our animal area. So if you can come up here with your truck and load your cow, sheep, pigs, buy them here and transport them.
How many farms?
There are 6 farms. Actually, I'm going to jump into this map. So there are 6 farms. You have this one, which is basically the pig farm, and it spawned me inside of a gas tank, so that's not going to work.
Yeah, I clicked on the gas tank the other night and it spawned me inside of one.
I'll just go to the pigs. So in Iowa, it's really common for the hog confinements to be set away from the actual farms and things. So here's your hog confinement. Here's your feed area. Your liquid manures right here. Your water, you can actually purchase water here and sell it here or dump it here. So all you have to do is back a water trailer up here, leave it, and anytime you need to fill the water, you can just fill it and fill the tanker and fill the hog place at the same time. Here's your manure pit, and then this is season mod ready, so if you guys have hay bales, they have to be in certain locations, otherwise they'll deteriorate faster. So I placed a nice little shed here to put hay bales in. The lights work.
This is the sale barn where you can actually go into, right? It has the FFA logo and so forth.
Yep, it's from Midwest. God, of course, I'm not gonna be able to remember his name now. Great guy. He's the one that's making a lot of these models, and he's working on his own map, which is gonna be a phenomenal map. I believe it's CBJ Midwest Modding. It's a couple guys that are doing the buildings, I think, but there's one guy that's doing the map, or at least, I don't know, a lot of the map. So you've got this farm here.
Okay, any free water on the map?
Any free water?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the water triggers are free.
Oh, okay.
So, for instance, there is one right up here. Anytime you see a hose spigot or a sign that says...
Okay, Zach wants to know, is there a place to get seed and fertilizer beside it? Tractor Supply Corporation.
Anything what?
Where you can buy seed and fertilizer besides TSC.
Yeah.
Is there any?
I'll show you TSC, I'll show you that real quick. Let me jump back in this. So
yes, you can store bales in the sheds.
Yeah, they're all season mod set up. Come on, truck. Okay, so like he mentioned, we have Tractor Supply. and you can get seed and fertilizer here. And then we also have on the Wisconsin side, we have Miller's Feed and Seed. Yeah, it's starting to lag out. And the traffic lights don't work in multiplayer, but they will work in single player. So I'll head over here to the Miller Feed and Seed. And the only reason I'm driving there is just to show you guys, if you don't know how to get there, this is how you do it. So it's all the way down here on the... What?
Is there a place to buy hydrous ammonia? Anhydrous.
There is not right now, but there will be. So here's the Miller Feed and Seed.
That's right. I forgot about Miller Feed and Seed.
Holy buckets. Well, at least we got here.
I'm gonna have to whip some butt.
So back in the backside of here, you can actually sell your hay and straw, hay bales, all that stuff right there. You can actually purchase grass here, purchase silage. This is a wood chip sale point. You can get seeds, fertilizer back in here. And this is actually going to be, I don't know if it'll be version 3. I'm hoping we'll have it in version 3, but we'll have this whole thing set up differently as far as seeds and fertilizer go. It'll be more, I don't know how to say it, but it'll be set up differently. Let's just leave it at that for now.
Common simulator, new and old school. We got 2,500 in Dropbox.
You should grab it. Wait,
I'm downloading it now.
So here's a logging area. This in version 3, this is basically a placeholder right now. Version 3, this will be a working sawmill. All American buildings will be a lot different than what you guys have seen in maps currently. And you'll be able to make the pallets of wood and be able to transport them and sell them. And then there's also a really cool logging area over here. So you get into it from up top or the bottom. But it's got all these nice little, you know, off the path roads, and you get all your logging.
Okay, a guy asked, was there any traffic in the map? Maybe some of you guys will know the answer to this. I have added traffic several times, but the flashers continue to flash, like either turning or emergency. If any of you guys know how to fix that, please let me or Dave or anybody know.
Yeah, so the traffic's been a nightmare for us to try to get in. And Roger's had it working. I haven't had time to really mess with it. I've been working on other things, and Roger's been working on the traffic. But we can get it in, and it works, but it just doesn't look right. And so for the time being, we've left it out. And to be honest with me personally, I think traffic in this game sucks because it's so unrealistic, and they're like big giant concrete blocks. You can be driving the big bud down the road, and you get hit by a little compact car, and it knocks you over sideways. Like that just, it's more of a like, it bothers you than it actually, you know, is worth anything. So, but we'll probably, if we can get it installed, we will have it installed, and you can just turn it off if you don't want it.
Traffic did work. It just, like I said, they had their emergency flashes on all the time, and it just bothered me.
And then this is the unfinished part of the map. This will be where a lot of new things go. I won't get into all of them, but there will be some new additions in version 3 over here. Yeah. Anything else anybody wants to see? Oh, I was going through farms, wasn't I? That's why it started. Excuse me. So we have this farm, more of like a modern setup. And again, I know I show this every time, but I think it's cool. Lights and doors work in all the buildings.
I don't think there will be any trains on this map.
There won't be. If there are, they'll just be the fake trains that go through. And the reason for that is when I first started this map, it was supposed to be for 15, and so you didn't have drivable trains yet. And actually, as you can see, our train tracks basically just drive in a straight line right here all the way through the map, so it'd be kind of boring. You'd just basically be going back and forth, and there's really nowhere to dump anything. So, who's that?
Oh, Jason, he said good night.
Oh, okay. But so anyways, there's really no point in having a working train right now. But for those of you that have kind of jumped in here after the fact, I was mentioning earlier, this is not the only map we're coming up with. So there will be some other map releases from the same group, and they will have working trains because they'll be built from the ground up from 417. This one was built for 15 and converted over. So let's go back to the farms. So we've got another kind of more of a modern family farm, smaller operation, just enough to kind of get you what you need. This one's got a hydrolift door on them. And then they all have, you know, detailed interiors and shops and things hanging on the wall and all that good stuff.
Right now it is just for PC. I don't know if it's going to be sent to see if it can get console.
I don't think this map would ever work on console. I don't.
I think they're too picky because of all the signage. I don't think they allow too many.
The signs would have to go out, but not only that, I mean that's really not that big of a deal. To me, I think their issue would just be the size. The size is you know, it's a large file size because it's got a lot of detail. You know, a lot of things to go wrong.
Oh yeah.
So this is more of the pig farm. We'll shoot over here to the dairy for people that haven't seen that. More of like a big commercial dairy farm.
Yeah, I don't have a big screen TV on there.
Well, you're not an Iowa fan. See, I only do that for the Hawkeye fans. And apparently the pig farmer is a Hawkeye fan, so he gets a big TV.
Well, the cows keep me busy enough all the time.
So what you're saying is if I submit myself to the Hawkeyes, I get a big screen TV?
On the map, yeah. Yep, that's how it works. Again, I know I mentioned this earlier, but for the people that didn't see this, these are the repair kits. So every farm has one. This toolbox in single player, you can pick it up and actually walk around with it, put it in the back of a pickup, and this will actually customize vehicles and repair vehicles. So if you're using Seasons mod and your truck breaks down in the middle of a field, you can come back here, pick that up, put it in a pickup, and take it out to the field with you. Someone was asking about water triggers earlier. Hopefully they're still in here. So on the dairy, you've got water here. Anytime you see this sign on the map, this water for livestock only, that's a water trigger. So you can fill up a truck there, and then you can shoot over here. Whoa, super fast. Anytime you see like a well like this or another sign, that means that's also going to be a water point. So you can actually unload your water here, and it's going to give it to your cows. and then both building B and A. Hang on, I gotta get out of super fast mode here. The alleys that run down the middle of these cow barns. This is where you feed, you dump your feed, straw, all this stuff down the alley, and you can do that on either or. I'm pretty sure it works in both, doesn't it, Roger? I never play the dairy farm, so I know for sure it works.
What is it?
Actually, in the other room.
The feeding and the straw and everything for the cows, you can dump them in both buildings, can't you?
Right down the middle of the green door, you can put the straw, the silage, grass, everything right there.
Yeah, and for like the people that haven't seen this yet, I show this off every time because I think it's cool as hell. So your barn skirts actually raise. All of the gates in here work, so you can actually open and close everything. And then it's kind of cool because you can actually lift your garage doors, keep your gates closed, and then with all your skirts up, it just allows, you know, the light to get in and the air and everything. So it kind of makes you feel, especially if you're using Seasons mod. This map is so realistic that when you're using Seasons mod, when it's snowing out, like, it actually makes you feel cold and stuff. So it's kind of cool to be able to, you know, ventilate your barn and when it's summertime, and close it all up in the wintertime, and just kind of, it's more just for simulation at this point. It doesn't really do anything, but it's more just kind of a cool feature to have.
This version, though, you can't buy fields. They all play their own.
Version 3 will have purchasable fields. So here's your...
And also, Tracy asked, let's see if you guys worked on multiple terrain angles. I added it to map before. I'm having a hard time with this map. Wondering if you guys have added. No, we haven't added it.
It hasn't been added in this version. It's planned for version 3. I talked about it a little bit earlier. The problem with terrain angles, it's awesome, it looks really realistic, but it's also, it affects the AI, and so it can actually cause some problems with gameplay. And if you're the kind of player like me, where you usually are playing single player, or you're with you know, some multiplayer guys that are willing to play realistically, it doesn't really matter. But if you're the kind of player that uses a lot of AI helpers, terrain angle on this map is going to screw with you pretty hardcore. And so that's why we've left it out at this point, but there will be a version that has the terrain angles. So again, here's you've got ground bunker, silos, another shed to store hay bales and things to keep them out of the weather. You've got a commodity barn up here that you can, if I can find the trigger, you can store different items in the commodity barn, whatever you want. God, sometimes it's nice to have this fast mode, but it's impossible to try to do anything. These the harvest store silos, these work. You can dump grass on this side, and actually you can see the you know, little gauge there is reading 0, and then it'll make silage on this side, and you can dump it into a trailer. So you can make silage in your silos, or you can make it in the ground bunkers. So that's the dairy, and then this is the only farm on the map that has a large-scale silo complex that you can dump grain. Again, we're going for realism. So, and then here's another farm, more of a smaller farm, just a couple little buildings, barn. Again, all of the lights in every building work, all the doors, any building that you can go into in this map is going to have working lights and working doors. Some of these doors are kind of skinny though. Where's the light switch for this one? I don't even remember.
Guy says I gave up on seasons straight because too much ploughing to do, too many fields to plow.
Yeah, it can be a nightmare, but it to me it adds to the realism, like just the look and feel of the map. Are you still over here harvesting?
Yeah.
Jeez. Brett's just working his butt
Myself,
off.
I personally don't use Seasons mod yet because I try, most of the time I do the dairy. And, you know, I try to get ready for the, I guess I can get everything ready and then do it, but
So what
that's
farm?
something.
What farms did
Oh,
what farms did I miss here? I've got
is there any bake sale locations?
any what?
Bales, I'm sorry, y'all, I got my glasses on.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Bale location.
I'll show you. So there's a horse stable here, and there'll be more horses installed in this. Right now there's only one. It's a very lonely horse. But this is the Wilson horse stables, and in here you can sell hay, hay bales, straw, all that good stuff. And the horses and all the animals actually move. It's really cool. So, and then you can also sell, if I can make it through all these trees, there is a sale point for bales on the Wisconsin side at the Miller Feed and Seed.
Yeah, there's gonna be some more horses then.
So right here you can sell hay bales, straw, grass, all that stuff. So there's 2 locations right now that sell that. I was actually going to put one on the dairy farm, but we decided not to. So farm wise, you've got this one right here, that's 1, 2, the dairy farm 3, this one way out here 4, the farm that you start on, the old Century farm, that's 5, and then you've got the modern farm over here, that's 6. And then there actually will be a farm in version 3 on the Wisconsin side right over here. So there'll be technically 7 playable playable farms. There'll be one right here. And this one will be good for people that like small fields, or maybe the older tractors, some of the old equipment that you don't want to have to be, you know, stuck in the fields forever. All the farms over here are more square, and well, at least some of them are square, but they're all smaller.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. And then all these silos, I know we really started the stream earlier tonight to show off the silos and show how to use them and work them. I'm stuck on trees again. But every silo in this map, with the exception of the old rusted out ones, are working silos. So you can store grain in any of these silos, and whatever you store in the silo, that is what's going to stay in that silo until you empty it. So you're going to have to actually simulate some management here on your farm. Instead of just dumping it and it all goes into one silo, you're going to have to manage, you know, your grain, and remember, okay, I've got corn in this one and beans in this one and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of cool.
Notepad and write it down.
Yep. That's actually what I've been doing. Is I went out and I got an expiring notebook and I write down how much each truck's carrying in, and I can actually keep track of how much each bin has, so I can also know when they're about full.
And
Now the dairy is the only one that has the regular in-game type silo, right?
yeah, and really, guys, the reason that I did this is it's more just the realism again. You know, to have the realistic features. If you don't like this idea and you don't want to have to use augers to fill all your bins and all that kind of stuff, there's plenty of mods out there that you can download that, you know, you can pop a silo wherever you want and use it if you'd rather not, you know, use this system. But I built this map to be the way that I play the game, and I play the game really realistically. I prefer to have, you know, have the realism stuff. So I don't want to pull up to a big giant grain complex where I can dump whatever's in my trailer and just leave. So I think it's kind of cool that you have to, you know, remember what silos you're putting stuff in, and then here's kind of showing off the terrain. You know, we've got some terraced fields, which is very common in this part of the country. Not all of your fields are going to be big giant squares. So it's really kind of cool. You can get back in these fields. I even get lost sometimes on this map where I forget that there's, you know, these little fingers of fields that go back in into the trees. It's kind of cool.
Guy wants to know, will you be adding more flat areas at the farms for more placeable bins and sheds?
I won't be. I guess what I can say is that in the future, this is just the first map of many, and each map will have a different terrain and be kind of in a different location of the country. So there will be some flatter maps, and I may incorporate some areas where you can build in some placeables. I kind of like the idea, like when 15 had the buyable areas, I liked that. So I might try to incorporate some, make some placeable mods, some American style, mods that you can actually place, and then I'll build in some flat areas that will fit. We've even got tile risers in here, just to kind of show you guys drainage and stuff. But so I might build in like maybe an area that, let's say it's covered in trees, so you won't be able to see it. Like maybe there's a flat area back here, covered in trees, and so if you want to end up expanding your farm, you'll have to come back here and clear out the area and cut your trees down and get rid of them, and then you'll be able to fit a placeable barn or silos or whatever back in there. So definitely something I would love to incorporate in some future maps. I just don't think it's going to happen on this one because the terrain and everything's done. I don't want to be messing around with that stuff. Where's Brett?
I am in the field.
God, you're just a trooper, man. You're still out here working your butt off.
Well, I figured I'd do something while you're talking about the map, so I'm not actually recording this one like I did last night, but yep, we're actually full.
I'm coming.
Let's say another really challenging mod that I have is the no teleport mod. Makes it so basically you have to it puts a heavy reliability on the follow me mod if you don't use that. Strictly because you have to have a pickup truck or something follow you around wherever you go, because you can't teleport or you can't tab from vehicle to vehicle to vehicle like you can, in standard game.
Huh. That is a mod?
That is an actual mod, yes.
Okay.
I like to use that. I like to use that group mod where you can, you can group vehicles into certain groups, because some yeah, because sometimes I'll play different farms, and it's kind of nice to be able to keep certain tractors on certain farms and
Okay,
whatnot.
one question I have any of you guys tried courseplay?
I don't use Courseplay, but the testers that have been testing the map for months do, and everyone that I've heard of that's used Courseplay says it works great, no problems at all.
I had a guy ask, but no, I don't use Courseplay, and I don't even use the GPS mod. I may have to get one of these guys to show me how.
GPS mod's actually super easy. I can show you that.
Yeah,
It's nice for cutting chaff and stuff like that because it keeps your harvester online.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I usually cut the chaff when it gets to where the truck's full. I cut the chaffer off and run back and then dump it and bring home back and start it again. I always basically run it all myself, unless square fields where you can just hire a worker and let him keep running.
Also,
Yeah.
To address the thing I saw a couple of guys posting about earlier with the hired worker missing areas around the edge of the farms, the best absolute way to do this if you're going to hire a worker is to do like I'm doing right now, where I'm cutting 2 headlands in, or I'm plowing 2 headlands in, or I'm cultivating 2 headlands in, and then setting the worker, because the worker won't drive off into the ditch. They
Right. That's what I do too.
Yeah, this map has so many deep ditches in between fields and things like this that your AI guys will just drive right into them and get stuck. So if you go around and do the headlands like he's talking about, which again is realistic,
Oh yeah.
you know, then like if he gets this border chopped down and then hires a worker, the worker will be fine.
And Zach Jones, he says he's using force play, haven't had any issues yet.
Awesome.
That's what I was wondering if any of those guys that, you know, used it. And I know we had some technical issues.
Yep. Any other questions we're getting or anything like that? Does everybody know how to use the augers now?
I was about to say, if not, you show them again right here.
That's the one question I keep getting asked on Facebook. How do these augers work? I can't figure it out.
It's, I haven't even tried them because, of course, I run the dairy and I got the lazy side of it because I actually asked for it.
And see, that's the thing is, you know, farming simulator, at least to me, when I'm sitting here and I'm sitting in cab and I'm watching the rows of corn come down this header, I actually, for a split second, can slip away from everything that's going on in real life, and I can actually believe what I'm driving down by the way.
Oh, on this map, yes, we've all said it. It's like,
You know,
like no other map. When you come in here, I mean, it's just my opinion. When I first saw it, I was like, okay, this is like entering a simulation world. It's not like just playing on a regular map. It's realistic. Go in and you can actually
Realistic, but I can't keep it under the pipe. I was in cab right there.
I was about to say, you need that John Deere seat that turns slightly so you can look over your shoulder.
Yep.
And SB Farmer says he's using force play and had no issues either, which is great, guys.
Cool. Yeah, that's good to know. I mean, I appreciate all the feedback because, like I keep saying, this is a beta. It's still work in progress. So, you know, there is going to be some issues that are going to come up, and people are going to discover something that doesn't work. And you know, if I don't hear from you guys and I don't know that, then I'm not going to be able to fix it. So, I love the feedback. I love seeing the screenshots and people playing on the map. I mean, that motivates me more to make these maps than anything, to see people enjoying them and playing on them, because I remember it was not that long ago where I was, you know, sitting here going, God, I wish there was some good maps that we could play on, and that's what got me into making them. So I love to see people enjoying them.
Tell you what though, Dave, I can definitely tell you I'm not builder and not an auger right now.
Well, especially with these in-game ones. At least the American ones are a little bigger. You have a bigger target to hit.
Yeah, you got a point there.
And I'm not using my whatever, the cruise control, because it never seems to match anything.
I wish there was a drive control mod for this that actually, there was one for 15 that if you selected 3 a couple of times and when you hit 3 it would actually match whatever you would follow the vehicle that was closest to you.
Yeah, I remember that. See, I'm also using the keyboard too, so I have to keep like tapping the gas, and
You got some wasp going on.
yeah, it's hard to match speeds when you're tapping the W.
I know a lot of people use the steering wheels in the game. I've got the G27, but never use it. I use a Xbox controller because the wheel is so bulky.
G27, the G27 itself, with, like, if you get like a 3D Force Pro flight stick with it, is the ultimate combination for this. Because then you have, especially like if you have gearbox mod, which by the way is a conflict I found, it does not work with the augers. But if you're not using the augers and you happen to be using it, You have your gear shifter, you can actually script your clutch in to work properly, and then you have your flight stick for your front controls for your like front hydraulics and stuff like that.
Alright. Oh, okay, the Mack truck
If
has
I-
a collision. Okay.
If I could afford a G27, I would have one, but
I've got 3 wheels, but 3 wheels.
I can't
But,
afford one.
I use them for racing, so I've just never used them. The Mack has a collision crossing the railroad tracks. I'll get that fixed and uploaded. Yeah, I'll send it to Mississippi so he can re-upload it. Yeah, I knew the Mack had a collision. I didn't know if Bart raised it up or not, but I noticed on the one I've got, I raised it up. I figured Bart did that one the same. And B-Rad Games and more says just got done trying out the map. Wow, incredible job. It's beautiful.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man.
I was gonna say the point
Over there. That is some echo.
So we got a rumble to get the Mack, the collision in the Mack fixed and re-uploaded. I knew it had one, but I fixed it on my end. I figured Bart pulled it up a little bit too.
Yeah, but I mean that stuff will all get fixed as we go.
Oh yeah, I'm just glad he said something about it.
Yep. Like this sign here, this drives me nuts. I gotta fix the textures on this.
Oh, okay, on the one going out of the farm.
Yeah, that just, every time I go under it, it pisses me off.
We'll quit going under it.
I had to, it's the sign going into the farm.
Yeah, it has a little white around the edges.
Tip over and lose all that going on.
I'm gonna ask a question, Dave, if you don't mind, for everybody that's here.
The what?
About the Southern Virginia deal.
What about it?
I was just gonna ask them, did they remember the map and how many of them would like to see it?
Oh,
Pretty
yeah,
done.
no, I don't care. I mean, I'm all for ideas. I was actually thinking today, what I'll probably do is I'll put a poll out on Facebook. You know, we'll come up
Oh,
with
yeah.
like 3 ideas and just say, you know, what does the community want this next map to be out of these 3? And that way we can build a map, you know, that the community wants. So,
That's
you know,
great.
if they say Virginia, then we go with Virginia. If they say Colorado, we go with Colorado.
Oh
Whatever.
yeah, I have no issues because eventually we will get around to it, but I've had some people that's why, you know, we're gonna build a lot of maps, guys. That's our intentions.
Yeah. So I mean, for the people that are in here, you know, shoot out some ideas. What do you guys want to see the next map?
I was about to say, 'cause I know personally I would like to see us do one out of Central Illinois, specifically around Bloomington Normal.
I haven't. Ian, I asked him was he still working on the Illinois map, but I don't know if he didn't really say.
Yeah, I don't
Is he working on like bringing one over from 15?
He's working on one that is from where Cody grew up and is from. Oops. Hey.
I just say like I'm on the brakes here. I'm like 29,000 pounds.
Okay, B-Rad Games and more said, okay, I may have slaughtered the name there. Welker Farms, Shelby, Montana.
What would,
I've heard about that.
W-E-L-K-E-R Farms, Shelby, Montana.
what's the terrain like? I mean, is it like,
What is the terrain like in Montana?
well, in that part of Montana? I mean, is it more?
Why do I feel like that's a YouTube thing? Like I've seen
Maybe it
actual
is.
footage of them farming on local farms. That would actually be really cool.
Well, I think it's flat. I think B-Rad Games and More has his own YouTube channel. If I'm wrong, you can correct me.
No, but there's like actually if you go on YouTube, there's actually a creator called Welcome Farms, and they actually go out and show. If I'm not mistaken, they're often out using like the big bud packs and stuff like that because their farms cover thousands and thousands of acres.
Yep, that's what he just said. Welcome Farms is a massive flat fields. Welcome Farms is massive flat fields. And this guy said, Brian, excuse me, not this guy, but Brian says, hey, I'm from Shelby. I know Welcome Farms. If you guys could get some pictures and shoot it, you know, to some of us.
Go to the YouTube channel. I mean, you know, pictures of like the sheds and stuff like that, but the YouTube channel shows most of the fields. Really? Yeah.
SB Farm says do Australia. Let's see. B-Rad Games says.
Oh, I thought I was gonna make it.
Nick Welker has some great videos. I gotta get glasses to wear this computer, guys, so bear with me. I can play the games, it's just the reading. I have glasses to drive, but it's the distance, so I'm safe on that. But when it comes to the computer, I haven't had any since I was 50. They cannot get them right. I'm 54, so for 4 years I've been struggling to read stuff on the computer.
I will say this about the map projects. I probably won't be doing an Australian one, and only because I have nothing against Australia. It's just that in order for me to get this much detail into the map, it's got to be somewhere where I've either been there myself and can see it in my head, or you know, similar to a place that I've been. And I know nothing about Australia. I would butcher the hell out of that map. It just wouldn't look right. So yeah, I mean, you would drive on the wrong side of the road, and it wouldn't work. So no, I don't. That's I was gonna kind of wait.
Okay, Chris Justice, he says Illinois. We have a lot of farms.
Yeah, Illinois has definitely been a popular request. I've heard a lot of people say Illinois, and I wouldn't be opposed to making an Illinois map. I was kind of leaning on like a central Iowa map, which would be, you know, very similar to Illinois, so we could make it Illinois instead of Iowa. But just, you know, kind of a normal American farmland type, you know, Midwest map. Maybe some rolling hills and some flat areas and stuff. Not as terrain detailed as this one is. I mean, this map's kind of... Uh-oh, who'd we lose?
That's Robert.
But yeah, I mean... yeah. So anybody watching, I don't know what you're saying now, because he was the one reading our messages. But yeah, I think it'd be kind of cool to have just a average, you know, middle America map. Get out of the way. Get out of the way, dog. I don't want to run you over.
If we end up doing an Illinois map, I'm definitely going to have to add Wilson Farms in there. You know that's got to happen.
Oh yeah. Yep.
For those of you out there who don't know, I used to have a farm out in Illinois. It was called Wilson Farms. It was my grandfather's, and we were sprawled about 4,000 acres.
So yeah. Oh.
I don't know what happened. My whole computer just locked up on the screen.
Well, at least we got our message reader back.
Right.
Alright.
Uh-oh. I must have hit our auger. No, the auger's gonna be dumping grain off the side of the silo here. Nope, it's not gonna unload. I bumped it.
Count on, Dave.
I know.
Well, a pain in the butt. Okay, I'll be back in this thing.
You're not a true gamer until you know how to wasp drive.
Apparently.
Alright, I'm back on.
I didn't even think I hit it that hard. I think what happened is this thing's just been vibrating enough that it kind of slowly has came off.
One guy said Red Devil Vet 82 says Arkansas.
Yeah, Arkansas would be cool.
Never been. I've been through Arkansas, but I've never actually seen what their farms and stuff like
The parts that I've been to, it's kind of hilly and there's a lot of woods and timber, but you know the farms are kind of built in between. But I'm sure there's other parts of the state that look different.
Oh yeah.
See, this is the other thing I absolutely love so far is it's like, you know, we got done, we hammered those small fields out fairly quickly. But like if you want to actually truly get up into the big industrial style of farming, there's the fields like this one right here, you know.
Oh yeah, there's some mammoth.
Take a while.
There's some mammoth, you know,
Yeah, the
fields on this.
cornfield is there. It takes a while to harvest. And Zach Jones says would love to see a Western Kentucky map.
Yeah, it'd be cool too. I was actually thinking about like a Tennessee map with some, you know, maybe some like Tennessee mountains, but have some farms built into them. Kind of farms hidden away, you know, bordered by woods and timber.
That would be great.
If I was able and I didn't have a son that I had to stay close to, I would move to Tennessee in a heartbeat. I love that state.
Tennessee is a nice place. But Virginia's a nice place. The reason I asked, a lot of guys have been sending me messages about the map that I did in 15. It was called Southern Virginia Farms. I think that's what it was. It was 4X. And we had to discuss redoing it, but you know, that may be way down the line. I don't know what we're going to do next, but I've always enjoyed the mapping side of modding better than the other mods that I put out. So now I got a mapping buddy, so.
Oh yeah, I'm the same way. I don't mind playing multiplayer. I actually enjoy this right here. I mean, this is kind of fun because you actually get more done and you don't get bored. You have someone to talk to. You're not just driving back and forth in a field. But
Oh yeah.
when I'm playing single player, I get bored really quick, and then I just jump back in Giants and start editing. So
I play single player quite a bit because I need to get another internet box. I've got 2 now and they're being used, so I need another one. And then I can play all the multiplayer I want. SB Plum said, any other crops you think of adding, cotton, rice, etc.?
I can see trying to add cotton this
I don't think Iowa has cotton.
I've never seen a cotton farm in Iowa, but I mean,
we have cotton here. When we went tobacco went out, a lot of the farmers went to cotton, peanuts. I went to cattle. So most of the guys in my area went to cows. You know, it was just, I mean, it's a cotton field probably 30 minutes from my house, but it's...
yeah, but see, you guys are in a better location for that stuff. I mean, you see, in that area, you see a lot more diverse crops. I mean, Iowa, northeastern Iowa, where this map is supposed to take place, there is actually some differences in crops because there's a lot more dairy up there and things like that. But like where I live in Iowa, if you find a field that is not corn or beans, there's something going on. It literally, every single farm is corn or beans. That's all it is.
Well, you said Iowa is the world's largest ethanol producing state.
Yeah.
So that was about like us. We had I think 600 acres that we did and the rest was all over corn and beans. So.
But I'm not saying I'm opposed to putting other crops in. I mean, I realize that not everybody that plays this map is going to want to, you know, necessarily pretend that they're in Iowa. So
Do you
woo!
so hard.
That takes skill right there. Look at that. That takes some skill.
Yeah, right now the map is just, the version 2 was just to get everything working and very playable. Like you said earlier, there's a lot of things we want to do, and hopefully we can incorporate it all in.
Yeah, I'll definitely, you know, I shouldn't say but I want to add some more different fruits and I actually would like to see if we can find a working, like, apple orchard and grapes and stuff. That I know it's out. I know grapes are out right now, but to me it just looks really fake and cheesy. But this part of Iowa does grow quite a bit of grape. There's a lot of wineries in this area and a lot of orchards. So I mean, that'd be kind of cool to see how, you know, when you're done with corn and stuff, you can go take care of your apple orchard and whatnot. But yeah, there's definitely version 3 is going to have some cool additions, but they're all going to have this UMRV touch to them. They're not going to be the typical, you know, oh, I've seen that building on every single farm or every single map that I've ever played. Like, it's all going to be, you know, set up differently and kind of make it look more realistic and more American. What time is it?
It's 2:09 here.
Wow. We've probably been in here for at least a couple hours.
I was about to say, I jumped in at
About 2 hours ago.
30 my turn.
It's crazy how much time flies when you're in here with other people.
Right.
Dude, this field would take like a week.
Okay, Thaddeus Lawa says you should add a hay auction where you can sell bales. If you have open space, dress it up a bit. There is actually a bale sale place in here. And while you adding traffic to the map, you could add the meat mod by Caster.
Yeah, on version 3, that's the kind of things that'll get added. Like the sawmill will be installed. Maybe the meat, so you can raise beef cows, things like that. But what I was getting at is it'll be totally different than what you've seen already. I mean, the layouts and the buildings and stuff will be more American, and everything will be set up a little differently.
Serious Farms NL says hi from the Netherlands.
Sweet. Thanks for jumping in and watching, guys. This might be another one of those iffy areas here, Brett. I'm gonna go sideways again.
Right.
Yeah, I was checking it there while I was going, like, he's gonna turn that thing over.
Yeah, like if that was real.
Oh yeah, especially as high as I am right now. I mean, I'm pretty full.
Right. Yeah, this field is freaking huge.
Yeah, it is.
I think the one on the dairy last night, I cut chaff for like, I want to say 2+ hours, filled up both silage pits, and then I harvested the rest of the field with just, got corn. So it's a pretty good sized field up there, but I don't think it's as big as that one.
Oh, this one's mammoth.
This is one of the biggest fields on the map at the moment. I think.
Oh yeah, 23, yeah.
The only one bigger than this is 31.
Yeah, 23 is a big thing.
When I took out that little thumb on this thing, I did not realize that this is all one big ass field.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm full. I'm sitting here trying to follow you, and I'm like, why isn't it dumping? Yeah, this
is gonna be cut in sections here.
This field takes forever just to drive around, let alone harvest.
Should have 24 viewers.
Anybody been in here the whole 2 hours?
I think we lost everybody when we started talking about KMN.
Yeah, no, it went from 50 down to like 20 when we did that, but that's awesome. I mean,
yeah, I'd rather, like I said, I'd still rather see people go and support them because they're helping the cause, and we're just helping these goofballs.
yep. Not that we don't appreciate you guys that have been in here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
wonder if we're gonna fill up our silo here.
I don't know, I think that's what,
I think it's a.
100K?
This might be a 500K, so we might not fill it.
That seems like so much until you take on a field like this.
Yeah. Oh, that field would easily be 5.
That field right there would probably be,
10 or 12 times over.
yeah.
Especially if it's 20.
Oh, y'all didn't go through and fertilize it first?
No, we just started stock map because we wanted to show off the augers. We didn't want to have to wait for a couple
Right.
seasons.
Well, I went in and fertilized the fields around the dairy because I wanted to get as much as I could out of it when, on my saving game.
See if this auger moved again. It looks like it did. Yeah, I think the little
Good
hopper,
deal.
the little hopper's probably touching the ground. It hasn't moved. It hasn't moved a whole lot.
Gaming with Jim wants to know, do we have any dedicated grass fields?
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
What do you consider a grass field?
Well, see, a lot of the maps I've played, you can hire a worker if it's a
Oh,
dedicated
gotcha.
plant. Yeah, it's got to be plant. I don't know how they do it, but they.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, you can actually hire a worker like in Central Valley.
Yeah, no, I know that, but can't you? Can you not do it if? Oh crap! I gotta turn the other tractor on.
I have not been able to hire one yet on like old mill where I planted the grass without a field where I've just planted grass. It doesn't do that. You have to cut it yourself. It has to be in a field with a trigger.
Yeah, I found following you out and following you out is almost absolutely essential. So it'll allow you to run 2 or 3 pieces of equipment at a time.
I've never used that mod either. I guess I just pulled the hub, but
Yeah, maybe I was wrong. I thought for some reason you could do the. You didn't have to have it dedicated, but either way, there are. I guess what I was taking that is there places you can cut grass? Yes.
oh yeah,
There's
a lot of grass. Yeah.
there's we got a field here of grass. You got this whole area back here. This whole area is grass.
I've been told you can plow a field and replant it with grass and it will be hireable, but I've never tried that. So
Out by the dairy, there's a lot of grass.
A lot of grass.
A lot of grass in here. And of course, all your field borders and whatnot. You can cut those too and bale them. They do a lot of that in this area in real life. Just more grass. So yeah, there's definitely some areas left open, to cut grass. And most of them are in places that are near animals. I mean, your pigs are right here. You've got grass here. Your dairy is out here. You've got a lot of grass around it. And then your horses are way over on this side, and you got a lot of grass over there. So
Horseplay can do any area you want. Okay, let's see. SB Farmer says Courseplay can do any area if you want to drive, but then save the course first. Save it as a course.
yeah, you could always do that, and then have whatever, the person
Oh, yeah.
follow that course. Dude, I'm surprised you're actually back here already. That field is huge. How did you make it that far?
He brought a section to that one. When I
I'm
get
also
no
surprised that we haven't lost our light yet. I'm kind of
Like 4 hours.
I'm kind of excited to see what this is going to look like, because we haven't really played it at night. I mean, I've driven around it, but we haven't actually been next to each other running a harvest at night.
It does. What time's it get dark? 22, 23?
No, this one actually gets dark. Well, I take that back. Seasons mod, it gets dark at like a realistic time. I'm not sure. Although it's getting dark. It's going to start I'd say probably by 9 o'clock it's gonna start getting dark. I'll speed the time up a little bit.
You can tell it's starting to get dark. Yeah, when I get into a large field like that, I do it in sections, so I'll per row, and then I'll section it there that way. If I don't finish it, it doesn't look so funky.
You can
Yeah,
tell.
it's definitely.
Yeah, it's getting dark.
Oh yeah.
You can tell we're all getting tired. We're not talking nearly as much.
Right.
I've had too much sleep. That's my problem. Look, most of the day, got up, on phones. Like, well, I can't do anything outside. I can't do anything on the computer, so I'm just going back to sleep.
You know what I really wish? I really wish Task Force Radio worked with Farmzone.
They have a radio system, but it keeps messing up with me. I don't know what's going on with it.
Well, Task Force Radio is it's a mod for Arma that basically when you're in a vehicle, like when you're out of the vehicle, you have basically a walkie-talkie that's only a short range actual radio. But then if you're inside of the vehicle, you can use the vehicle's long-range radio, like a CD, basically.
Yeah.
But it works with TeamSpeak, so it actually makes it sound like you're talking on the CD.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, the
Sorry, Dave, I was kind of swirling there a little bit.
one.
Oh, I'm looking at the sunset, so I'm not even really paying attention to where I'm driving.
That was cool. So cool as
One site had a country music station where they posted, and it worked for a long time. It was like a Cyrus radio station, and it just quit working.
Yeah, it's starting to get dark.
Oh yeah.
One thing though, I love about 17 here is that the light physics is so much better.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Remember 15? Like your headlights would shoot through walls, and even like the strobes, they flash off stuff.
Yeah, the turn signals flash off and stuff.
Yeah, you guys are gonna see how dark this map gets, because it gets dark.
I might actually have to come out cab to see.
Yeah.
I like to ride in a combine, in cab, but after a while it's too claustrophobic for me, even though I know I'm not sitting in there.
I can't remember if this thing has dome lights or not. The other one does, I thought.
Yeah, vents.
Yeah, I actually had to come out of cab to see where the outside the row is.
Oh yeah, it gets dark. Then once the moon kicks in good, it brightens back up some. Probably about this thing.
Especially when you're playing with no map.
Yeah, no kidding.
Makes the experience like that much more real.
Yeah, dude, this field would literally take us like in real time. What do you think? 6 hours?
Yeah, I'd say right about there.
It's a little too big for my style. But I knew that there was going to be people that wanted these big gigantic fields, so had to throw a couple of them in there.
Well, I was hoping Farmer Pete over there would have stayed on really long, but he and I could have put this, you know,
Yeah.
it would have made it a lot faster. But
Yeah, I think this really is the biggest field. 31 might be the same size. But other than that,
if not, they're really close.
yeah.
I was talking to Roger and I was saying like this is one of the only maps I've ever seen that
Nope,
actually
I'm full
runs
again.
full 60 FPS at night.
Yeah, it's amazing how well it's running. I mean, even on multiplayer, it's not lagging. There's a couple little spots when I get close to the farm, it starts to hit me, but
Yep, it is getting a little lighter.
Oh, she is dog. Let's see, SB says, excuse my ignorance as I just jumped straight into that without watching all the videos. So you get seed for just bought pallets. What's the name of the place where you get, I know you can get seed and fertilizer at Tractor Supply. And you can get it at, what's the other place, Dave?
Miller Feed and Seed. So actually,
Miller.
so right here is, or no, right here is Miller Feed and Seed. You can get seed, fertilizer, and you can sell grass, hay bales, straw, all that. You can also buy grass and silage here, and then you can sell wood chips there. And then you've got Tractor Supply, which isn't on the map, but it's right here, and that you can buy fertilizer and seed. So and also the bin pack that I put out for this map, the next version of the bin pack will also have placeable seed silos or bunkers, or not bunker, hoppers and fertilizers, and we're going to try to incorporate it so that you'll have to fill them. I mean, I might put like 2 versions. People like Roger, you can just buy them and they'll be full of fertilizer, an unlimited amount. But what I'd like to do is actually make them empty, so you'll have to, you know, you can place one at your farm, but you'll have to go, you know, fill up at one of these places and then fill your hopper at your farm. We also are going to try to do that with the fuel. So the farm gas stations, they're not going to be unlimited. You will eventually run out of fuel and you'll have to run into town and grab some fuel to refill your farm tank, or your farm gas tanks, basically.
That would be cool.
And we're actually working on that for the sawmill as well. The sawmill is not going to operate off of wood chips, it's going to operate off of fuel. So you'll have to go buy fuel and bring it up to your sawmill.
Okay, SB says I like to make my own seed and fert with placeable mods. Yeah, same as fuel.
Yep.
It's one mod that I like. Can't think of what it is, but it makes liquid manure, it makes diesel, and it's one more thing. I can't think of the mod. It's like I sent my mod phone, but I can't think what it is. Soybean, I think, and it produces liquid manure, fuel, and something else. I like that one.
There was one that did liquid manure fuel and then seed as well.
It may be seed, I'm not sure.
How come the chickens aren't sleeping?
I don't think they sleep.
They do. I've seen them sleeping.
Oh, really?
They're not right now. Maybe
Eh,
maybe on multiplayer they don't like to sleep.
they're not out. Oh, yeah, there he is walking around. He wants to be Kentucky Fried.
He wants to be Kentucky squished here pretty soon.
Okay, Jim. Gaming with Jim says good night, guys. Good stream. Looking forward to playing the map.
Yeah, good night, man.
Okay, and SB says digester makes the diff, turk, liquid, and solid. Yeah, that's what it is. Then its fuel is clean straw and clean straw. You make it so you order your fuel and on to the farm maybe. Brian Anderson, or make it to where you can order your fuel.
That honestly, that would be an awesome idea. If I can find someone that can script that, I would be all for it. So you don't have to actually go buy a semi truck for fuel just to haul fuel. But I don't know how to do that. I'm not that gifted. But if someone can figure out a way to script it, that would be badass. If you had to order fuel and then it takes a couple grand out of your out of your bank account, that'd be kind of cool.
Basic Williams says, I really like the final stage of corn texture, very different from the others. I think you worked on that for maybe a week plus.
Oh yeah, that corn we fought with that forever to make it perfect, and we didn't want it to be too golden. We wanted it to kind of have a little hint of brown, and to be honest with you, I'm actually not satisfied with it yet. It's going to change a little bit more. I'm really picky. I'll actually show you here. And
I think it looks awesome too.
Most people would never notice, and from like this distance, it's fine. But when you get right up here, see that white border around it? That drives me nuts. So I'm going to try to clean that up a little bit more, so it doesn't have that white outline. Okay, where are you at? Are you?
I'm cutting off a section here.
Gotcha.
Oh, you mean the little white trim? Okay, yeah.
But from like this distance, from this far away,
Yeah.
it does look very realistic. I like it.
Yeah, it's the best corn texture I've seen yet. I mean, I've thought that myself.
Yeah, a lot of the good corn textures I've seen were just too yellow for me. They look like they're made out of gold, and I didn't like it. So we tried to make custom textures for a lot of the crops, but not all of them are custom. But there are quite a few custom textures that you're only going to see on this map for now. I mean, people are going to use them, and that's cool. But like the sky texture, that is 100% custom. We made that. We put all the stars in it. We put the moon. That is a custom texture. So some of the skies are custom. Some of them aren't. There's a couple. Like I think the daytime sky texture we borrowed from another map. Yo.
Tracy said it's like the small things.
What do you mean we lost?
You and only you notice it.
What do you mean we lost our corn?
It's wilted.
That's not wilted over here. Hurry! Oh,
Wilted right
nope.
where I'm at.
There's one little row.
Right.
Oh, that's right on the line.
Hurry up and get over here. There's one little row left.
That's right on the line. Multiplayer,
I'm just kidding, man. It's
on
late.
multiplayer, it does die, don't it?
Yeah.
It's
It was showing signs that it was going to wilt.
Yep.
And then with the sped up time, it just wilted.
It is deader than dead can be. Look at that stuff.
Oh yeah, I see. Good time up
Rolling
there.
along and I started not picking up corn. Right.
Well
There's
done.
a little bit of strip left here.
It should still harvest at that point there, but
You
don't.
crap.
Yeah, that's true.
It wouldn't even be worth the diesel to run it most likely.
Well,
And
for the people that are still in here, we could show them a full semi load. We probably have enough now to load a full semi up on that one auger and then take it to a sell point.
Okay, SB asked, have you had anyone ask to do Let's Play on this map? I saw snubbed to Ian Robinson. Snubbed.
Actually, if David, if you don't mind me taking this one, if you check out What's Italian Gaming on YouTube, that's actually my YouTube channel. I do Let's Plays of this all the time. Granted, I've been a little lacking in that region because life's been kicking me in the rear a little bit, but yeah, I'm going to be posting up regular Let's Plays of this map. I actually have a series going right now on the map, on the farm that is over by 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's actually running currently. The next video that's going to be up is the copy that I have of last night's live stream unveiling.
Yeah, and I've kind of considered doing it too. I keep getting people asking me to do. Oh, I'm gonna run off the field. I should have the map open. Just about crashed.
Especially since it just turned.
I think right now this is more like a tutorial type thing than
Yeah,
a play.
the reason we got in tonight to stream was there was a lot of questions on Facebook about how do you use the augers and how do you where's the water triggers and where's this. So this was more just to kind of show people some of the hidden tricks to the map, because I don't have everything labeled, and that's on purpose. I didn't want to put a bunch of ugly floating icons everywhere on the map. I wanted to keep it realistic looking. So instead of having like blue icons, you're gonna have to look for signs or water spigots, things like that, to kind of figure out where those types of triggers are. So that was really the point of the stream. But Brett was saying, he does some Let's Play. Cody, he's one of the guys in our group. His name on Twitch is Deverkins22. He does some Let's Play videos and streams. And then I was thinking about doing some streaming and videos. I think a lot of the videos I'm going to probably put out, though, are going to be more tutorial based on how to map and how I do my mapping, and kind of do some walkthroughs to help people. And the sun's coming back.
Still can't believe I lost the whole field.
I know.
I was trying so much.
Oh well.
At least I know how long the clocks last.
Yeah, no kidding. Not even a day. Although this is, that was the starting crops, so who knows. If you go into seasons mod like I do, see, what I'd like to do is do like a Let's Play with seasons and actually go through a couple different seasons on it.
See, that's actually what I've gotten into on mine is like I'm doing a seasons based series. So at the end of it all, I'm actually going to take all of those videos that I put up and I'm going to do like the best of the year 2017, the best of the year 2018.
Yep.
Kind of like the real farmers do. That's why I made sure that I got the DJI Phantom 2 mod for this, so that I can actually make the videos like the real farmers do.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it'd be cool, especially if we did it in multiplayer, because then you'd be able to get some good shots of people actually doing some farming.
Yep, that's actually.
Yeah, SB says he can't really hear Brett that great. Is there a link to your Let's Play? I can't quite hear Brett's comments.
Hang on, I will get you a link to the channel.
So I'm gonna fill up our grain truck here. We probably got enough corn in this bin now. And for the ones that have kind of joined recently that don't know all these grain bins, you have to load them individually with the augers, and whatever you store in that grain bin is what's going to be in it. So, you know, it only takes one product at a time, and it'll only store up to the amount that it's supposed to. So it's kind of realistic. Get rid of this thing.
Alright, so I'm going to send it via TeamSpeak here to you, Roger.
Okay.
I don't know if you can like copy and paste that into the comments somewhere.
Okay, let me see. Tracy Williams says I jumped the view distance up all the voltage to 180, still runs smooth. I have the same ring as you, just at 970 versus the 960.
Cool.
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing I keep trying to tell people. I mean, my computer's not some big major gaming rig. I mean, it's definitely a gaming computer, but it's not, you know, as good as some of them can be. And I get perfect frame rates on it, and it runs smooth for me.
It won't let you post a link for some reason.
You've got a Nighttime mod added, don't you?
I don't have anything on it, so I don't know.
Well, see what it's on.
Well, just give them your. I mean, we can just send them to the YouTube page, Roger.
That's what I tried to do. That's what I tried to do.
Oh.
It won't let me post a link in here because of it being linking to something else.
Gotcha.
So if you guys could actually repeat that for me, it's Italian Gaming.
I need to move this. Yeah, Blitz Battalion Gaming, for those that can't hear Brett. That's his YouTube channel.
Live streaming it.
I was just going to.
How the hell I don't know.
That's a door.
Do we have a Peterbilt up here?
There is one in
Oh,
down in the shop.
I'm gonna reset it up here.
Okay, so this is actually kind of weird. I don't know if this is multiplayer or not, but it's allowing me to harvest small quadrants.
possible.
What do you mean?
Like, it's turning, as I roll through them, it's turning certain small quadrants, like 40 to 50 foot
I've been
quadrants,
saying it for a long time. You know, listen.
harvestable.
It's kind of weird.
So that's what I'm
Hey,
doing.
come on.
I'm picking up everything I can.
Alright, the one that the Dodge that Jason was talking about looks like the exact same one we already have.
I thought he was talking about like a W2500, like the old ones.
Now it's a Ram, Dodge Ram 2500, just like the standard dairy truck.
That's why I was like, get it.
was trying to miss that hill, but and I just killed our entire flock of chickens.
Like I said, KFC.
You can tell I'm tired. I'm doing terrible at backing this thing. Ooh, that is one gigantic hill. I don't know if it's going to work where I have this thing placed. I actually just bottomed out and it moved the whole trailer.
Ooh. See that?
Oh crap, that's it.
Dude, this... What am I bottoming out on? Oh, there's a little berm here. I'm moving my entire trailer. No, 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 stay on the ground, stay on the ground. Oh, this is ridiculous.
Because I know when I play this in single player, I'm going to be setting it up so the farm king auger actually comes out into the field.
Yeah.
Like
Well-
targets that little spot in the field and then...
Well, I'm gonna have to come in and back this in the other way, because that no, that train, it was just, you'll see it. Well,
I've done it.
that train was so steep right there. I kept, my legs kept bottoming out, and so then the trailer was floating. So you might have to move the auger again, because I fucked it all up.
Yeah, you hit it. Alright, so
That took entirely way too long.
that's empty actually. We're doing back there.
Yeah.
We got 87,000.
Sweet.
Oh crap.
Pipe out. Now you're gonna have to refill again. We'll show you guys the moisture probe again. We showed it off earlier tonight. This is the second time we get to show it off. Uh-oh. That looks like crap.
What?
There's some of the corn, some of the fill plane shows through the tarp.
I didn't see it. Where's
You can see it on mine. There's a couple spots. Is there a field entrance over here? I can't remember.
If not, just drive through the ditch like I do. Just do it at an angle.
Yeah, I like this truck, man. Even the mirrors are set up right.
Yeah, Trailer Park Farms did a really nice job on it.
You know what's funny? This map is so realistic at times that, like, I just looked both ways when I got to that intersection. It just, you really feel like you're in a real life place.
They're back home. That's so hot back here.
There's kind of some cool signs coming up here in the sign pack that you'll see.
Let's see, to show the amount of grain you have in storage. Version 3 will have something to show how much grain you have in storage. Let's see, will all the grain bins do a total from? No. The grain bin on the dairy farm will show you a total. The rest of them, to my knowledge, are individual, and they don't show you how much grain you have stored in them.
There is actually a way to see how much grain you have stored in.
Okay.
I just noticed it. If you have the secundiac under the fill trigger, when you hit R to start filling, it'll actually tell you how much it has in it.
Oh.
Yeah, if you go to the little menu.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys didn't get to see it because he was in the small auger, but if you actually, when you get in that small auger and you go to the discharge pipe to take grain out, there's actually a menu that pops up, and you select what grain you want to dump, which obviously is only going to be whatever you put in it, and it tells you how much is in. So that's one way of figuring it out. But on the next version of the God, I can't talk, the grain bin pack, there will be some, like, probably it'll show in your HUD when you walk up close enough to it. It'll actually show you how full it is and what's in it. So we got the moisture probe working, and there's the scale working. And I might actually, I don't know, I might go to the dairy farm to actually unload this, so I can show them that that does work, that silo, or the, you know, it'll show in your main readings. So I'm gonna drive this over to the dairy farm and we'll dump it there. Man, I really wish this tarp didn't have that texture glitching through. I have noticed I need to do some smoothing work on this dirt road that goes between the ethanol plant and that farm that's closest to it. This dirt road can get a little bumpy. Would you guys fall asleep?
No, I'm still here. I'm just still here.
Yeah, I think we'll probably call it quits here soon. I'm gonna dump this corn here at the other dairy farm, and then I don't know, unless anybody wants to see anything, we'll probably call it a night. I showed this off earlier, but all the trees are cuttable, so if there's a tree in your way or whatever, you can actually get rid of it, and you can sell the logs. And every time you see a grain bin in this map, it's usable. You can fill it.
Except for the rusty ones.
Except for the little rusty ones. But I've tried to make those obvious that, you know, they're old and dilapidated and falling apart. The ones on the chicken farm, they're not even standing straight anymore. They're kind of falling in on themselves.
Well, that's the thing I want to try to do.
What's that?
Oh, one of my friends just tagged me in a thing of archery tag. It's like paintball with bows on your heads. That's badass, actually. Sorry, I got off topic.
Yeah, as long as the little ball on the end with paint doesn't... Oh, I just accidentally jumped out of my semi and it's driving away from me. As long as the little paintball doesn't fall off the end and...
No, it's like a little killer, like a hacky sack.
Yeah, but what happens if that thing falls off and the arrow... I mean, it'd still be if you're shooting that thing hard enough, you know, fast enough, that would suck.
As far as I know, it's actually like a part of the arrow.
Gotcha.
Like it's a non-secular piece, unless it breaks, and then in that case they take it out of commission.
Yeah, you'd hope.
Well, you know, everybody wants to go get stabbed through the heart playing archery tag.
I can just see it now. There'll be a headline on the news about that. Paintball archery.
Man playing archery tag gets shot in the eyeball.
Yeah.
Now, there's actually a place down in Denver that I want to go to. It's a simulation training. Basically, they give you a gun, they give you ammo. They basically put you on a team, either red team or blue team. You're wearing bulletproof vests and stuff, you know, but they're firing paintballs out of the ends of actual, like, specially made bullets. But the thing is that they allow hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, I've heard of those places. So this one is your farm silo. So anything that you store in here, this actually isn't a sell point. This is like the main silo that's going to keep your grain. So if you dump into this silo, it'll actually change these numbers, and you're going to be able to see how much corn or whatever you have. And we're dumping now, and you'll see that the corn is growing. So it does work. Yeah. Did Roger disappear? Because he's our message guy. So if you guys are sending messages right now, we can't see him. Roger was the one reading them to us, so I apologize for that, but I'm gonna. Yeah, he must have. His head's down on his keyboard right now.
Who is that?
You.
Oh, no, I had to walk away for a second.
I was just gonna ask it. I mean, I'm ready. I mean, I think we've shown everything, so unless there's something else the rest of the 18 people in here want to see, I think we'll probably call it a night.
I think pretty much. Let's see, Matt looks excellent. But I mean, all I know, yeah, it's pretty much a done deal.
Yeah, I was just wondering, I mean, if there's anyone that wants to see anything, now's the time to sound off and we'll show it to you. Otherwise, I'm gonna go to bed.
Oh, before you do, when you take off on team food, that's something.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Alright, everybody watching, but I'm gonna park this at the farm.
Okay, so what is the shed behind the grain silo here? It has a tank in there.
He's wondering what is there?
SV Farmer says, what's in the shed behind the grain silo? It has a tank in there.
Dude, you are running so fast, it's crazy. you just went into my trailer. That is a commodity barn. So there's 4 different places you can dump anything that's tippable. So you could put grass, you could put grain technically if you wanted to. I believe you can actually put fertilizer and seed once we get that part of it installed. And then the tanks we'll set it up with probably a fertilizer trigger, so you can get fertilizer there.
I cheated. I already put some on mine.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious to see your addition to your farm, because it's probably like a bunch of seed silos and fertilizer.
I sent y'all a picture last night.
I didn't see it.
It's a fertilizer tank, has dried, well, has regular fertilizer and liquid. Then I had one seed tank.
Gotcha.
That's it.
If you can back up.
Oh, I got this.
Okay, so
Anything anybody else wants to see or quick little tutorial on? We did learn that if you take the ladder down in this barn, you get screwed, so don't take it. The lights.
which ladder?
I love the lights in this barn. They're cool as hell. This would be a good spot
Which
to
ladder?
take screenshots of trucks and stuff. What?
Oh, that ladder right there.
Yeah, watch. I'll go down there and hang on, Brett.
You have to cab out.
Let me get down there and we'll let you go down there and we'll show you. You basically get stuck.
Oh,
Alright. There's no way out. Eventually, if I open these gates, I might animate these gates and then you could actually get out.
But the problem is that if you open these gates, usually you get hung up in here and the wheels.
No, I might animate these though so you can open them and then you'd be able to get out.
Because I tried to get to that gate and I was like, oh, maybe that opens. But I got stuck in there.
well, so once you get down there, it's you stuck in there. Well, you can jump over it, can't you? Oh, you can't even jump over it, damn.
Oh, I am literally stuck.
Yeah, because the roof's too low. Your head's cut off right now, or was. Gotta check on our animals before we go home. Hi, alien horse. We have got to fix the textures on these things. That just creeps me out. Dude, have you seen these up close? They look cool as shit from back here. They look realistic. Get up next to the head and look at it, and tell me that's not going to give you a nightmare.
Well, I mean,
It looks like a tadpole with a horse body.
yeah, but I mean, they are pretty
It's like
good.
something
I mean,
demonic. Like the fact that
I'm not gonna be that close.
But from this far away, they look cool. Yeah, I'll clean the textures up on them. The cows look good. Oh, I'll show you real quick, just anybody that hasn't seen it.
Who made the 6R, 7R, and 8R? I think that was Taylor Farm.
Well, he didn't make them. He edited them, and
Yeah.
they were all public releases and things like that. He gave that pack to us to add to the farm, or to add to the mod pack, I guess you should say. So he's not taking any credit and saying they're his, and we aren't either. They definitely are not our tractors, but they were all public released. He just edited them and fixed some things on them or added some things on them, and then sent them over to us and said, hey, can you put these in the mod pack so people have some American tractors if they don't have access to them already. So as you can see, sheep work. And you want to go over to you want to go buy some cows so I can show them how they magically show up over here too.
I can't actually buy.
Oh, you can't. Yeah, that's right. So anyways, empty field, nothing here. So we actually learned this on accident, but we kept it in because it's kind of cool. It was actually done in error, but yet it's kind of cool, so we left it because if you come over here and buy some cows, I gotta turn this speed thing off again.
The best creative designs are accidental.
Yeah, I'm using this camera mod though, it's jacking with me. Alright, so right here is your drop-off point and pick-up point for your cows, and you can also buy them here if you don't want to drive them all the way from the shop. So anyways, we'll buy some cows.
Okay, SP said, thanks Dave for the great map, well done, and also all who helped, cheers.
Yeah, absolutely, thanks man.
And
Ooh, I just fell in a fucking shit pit, that wasn't good. So this is
Now
this,
would be the time I'd be laughing my ass off.
and I would not be laughing my ass off. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm going home. This is disgusting. All right, so this is where your cows are going to spawn in on the dairy farm. There will be scripted in version 3. There will be some scripted cows that move around inside the barn. The reason that we left them out of here is with all these collisions. This barn is so detailed, it's awesome, but there's so many collisions in here that the cows were like floating in the fucking sky and just going every which way. So we decided, for the sake of realism, we would leave them out of here, but there will be scripted cows that walk around in here. But I'm going to have to actually put in splines for each and every cow, so it's going to take a little while. So that'll be version 3. God, if I can get out of this barn. Alright, so then let's shoot back let's shoot back over here.
I'm sorry. I'm walking along the wall, so I just see.
That's what I was seeing earlier when you were driving, when I was driving that semi, dude. I'm like, holy crap, you're moving fast. Alright, so it'll also spawn some cows in over here if you buy them on the dairy. And we left it because it's kind of cool. It adds some, you know, some flavor to this side of the map. It makes it feel alive, makes it actually feel like a working farm. You won't be able to feed them over here or anything. Technically, these cows are getting fed and watered by the dairy, so as long as you're feeding them over there, they'll stay over here. But it's just kind of cool. It just adds a little bit of life. And there will be some more animals in these areas too. There'll be more cows and horses, and same thing with the horse stables. There'll be some more horses over here. And
I'm pretty sure that this cow is either stuck or thinking
They-
really hard about drinking this stuff.
dude, they do that. They do that in 17. I don't know why. It's almost like every single field of animals, there's at least 1 or 2 that are frozen, and they never move. They do that in the sheep. I guarantee you can find a sheep that's not moving. I don't know what it is. It's not just this map. It's a lot of maps, but
Every map I've looked with, you will find at least one stuck animal.
so far I haven't found any sheep that are frozen.
Neither have I.
Peyton 2244 games, will this come out on console? No, it probably will never make console.
Yeah, unfortunately, I would love for it to, but I don't think that the Giants would ever allow it to. It's too big. The file size is too large. There would probably be some copyright issues and things like that, licensing issues.
Then again, you never know unless you send it in for them to review it.
Nah, they won't put this one in. It's way too big. See, here's a frozen cow. I don't know why they do it. Every map on 17 that I've ever seen at least has one frozen one.
I don't worry about him, because I mean, he's okay, he's gonna eat, and he's gonna do his deal, and
He's just gonna have a miserable life with his head stuck to the fence. Dude, if you had the PETA people come over here, they would be tearing us up right now. You have a cow stuck in your fence.
We're like, nah, he's just thinking really hard about this stuff.
Yeah, he got stuck. He got so stuck.
and well, now I have left the save game and come back, and they actually have moved, so it's
Yeah, I think they respawn each time you start a new game. So, and then here's the pig. Ooh, still on fast mode. Here's the pig sell point, right in front of the door here. So we'll buy some of these, kind of show you. And I probably will be adding some gates and stuff in here, so that it's not just a big giant room of pigs. The reason that they're out right now is, again, all those collision errors. If you have the fences in, these pigs just kind of, like, see how this one's, well, he was kind of floating around. It takes a lot to get them to actually spawn in here and do it the right way. So, but hopefully by version 3 we'll have it like this one. He's walking over the feeding trough.
anytime they hit a ridge body, they will climb over it. If you take the ridge bodies off, they'll walk right through it.
Mm-hmm.
But
So we'll try to fix it as best we can, but it's, you know, like this one is. Oh man, this is awesome. Hey Brett.
they work.
I actually.
Brett, why are you stuck in the wall?
I'm not. I'm standing right behind me.
Oh, there you are. I thought this was you over here.
You are an ass.
Now, how in the world did he get up there?
I don't know. It's giants. He's so miserable too. He's like, let me out of here. Oh, that's awesome. Good old giants. Yep, you're stuck, dude. Sorry.
I feel like I should be like Soviet Rondo. Giants bullshit series.
Or, oh, he's gonna get out. He's gonna get out. Now he's walking the wall. Hey, he freed himself. Yeah, have you ever listened to that that Australian guy that does the YouTube videos where it's like epic fails, and he does like the commentary and the to everything. That's what you need to do.
He got that. He got that.
Do a commentary video with an Australian accent of all of the shit that happens in Giants games.
He just wanted some grass.
Yep.
He stuck his head through a concrete board, through a concrete wall. As he wanted grass.
So yeah. Anyways, is there anything anyone wants to see or check out before we get out of here? The stream keeps growing every time it goes down to like 12 people, then we get 10 more. So I feel bad for the people that are just jumping in. If there's anything you want to see, I want to show it to you. But at the same time, where we're at, it's like 2:30 in the morning, so we're getting tired.
Yeah.
So now's your chance.
Daniel Garcia has that high hood.
That high hood building 100?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
This is one of the areas that I was thinking about putting like some dirt and stuff, so you could actually come in here and fill up dump trucks and whatever.
Dude, that was another thing I was thinking about doing for the series, just throwing this out there. I was thinking about adding in the construction mods and actually going through and adding in like field entrance points for heavier equipment and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. See if we can track down the airplane up here.
I hear it.
You know what's really cool though? See if we can find it.
What's that?
The shadow. Have you noticed that? The airplane leaves a shadow on the ground.
Oh yeah, well I was.
And it's cool as hell because like the first time I saw it, I was like, you know, plowing a field or something, and all of a sudden the airplane shadow zoomed across the field in front of me.
Yep, last night when I was doing the silage. Shadow come right across. I'm like, there goes the crop duster.
Yeah, it's one of the cool things about this map. Like, even though I made it and I've spent thousands of hours in this map, you know, between the editor and the game, there are still times where this map even surprises me. Like the first time I saw it snow in Seasons, I was dumbfounded. I was like, holy cow, this map looks so cool. It looks real. I mean, I just sat there and like drove around and looked at everything because I'm like, this is so neat. And it's kind of cool to have a map that you built yourself that still has little little things where even you were like, oh cool, that's awesome, didn't mean to do that, but it looks real as hell.
Oh yeah, just like the accidental cows. I mean, hey, that was worked out great.
Yep.
Still don't know how the hell they come inside of a pasture.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was just one of those
divine intervention. All right, I've said this probably 5 times, but I'm actually gonna mean it this time. So now's the last chance. If anybody wants to see anything, I'll gladly show them. But other than that, I think we'll probably call it a night and jump out of here. So thanks for everybody watching, and hopefully there is not going to be as many questions now that people know what's going on with the map and know all the little trigger points and all that stuff.
Oh,
We getting anything, Roger? Any messages?
Now it's just pretty much done. Got 21 people watching.
Sure.
Pretty much calm.
Alrighty, guys. Well, wherever you're at, hopefully you have a good day, and thanks for
Okay. Now I do
watching.
have one question. If I butcher your name, I'm sorry. Sonic. Are you going to make it so you eventually buy your own fields?
Yes. In version 3, the fields will be all purchasable. You'll start out with a handful of them, whatever, but you'll have to purchase fields. Dude,
Guess what?
we actually did harvest quite a bit. I'm just kind of flying around looking at everything we harvested.
Yeah, I mean, if we had been able to keep a second combine, I mean, we probably got it through this field too.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, I just found some corn that you missed.
That was more like intentionally not bad.
So, alright guys, well, we will end the stream here, and again, thanks. And please, if you haven't already, like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube page. This is where we'll put some more updates and things like that on the map. And Brett, you probably can't hear him, but he is Blitz Battalion Gaming. Check him out on YouTube. Roger, you want, I guess, RHRS. You do some stuff on there. Check Rednecks Modding. Check them out on Facebook. There's some really good releases going on that page. They're all, Roger's part of that as well. So is Bart. He's not in here with us. Deaverkins22 Twitch. He streams for this map. He works with the group here. So anybody I'm forgetting?
I don't think so.
Alrighty. Well, we will catch everybody.